Still can't get used to her not being on the title screen. Feels surreal after the beginning of the game where she's always there after the first chapter. And now it's just like, no, your L is in another castle, sorry. Anyway, here we are again. We will get started in just a couple of minutes. Oh, and the potential for background noise from outside of this building might be lessened now because I finally got my air conditioner, which was in my window. I finally got it put away. The window is closed, it is sealed, and by that I mean locked, with a little bit of duct tape on it so that the spiders can't crawl in, the couple of little holes that are there, or bugs of any kind. Although if I see a little cloud of bugs buzzing around my light up there in the next couple of hours, I'll know that it is not fully sealed and I'll have to do something about it because that was the problem when I first got here. But yeah, so background noise might be lessened because outside noise isn't, as far as I've seen so far today, it isn't as prevalent now that there's a pane of glass between me and the outside sounds rather than a fan that does not fully cover everything up. So we'll see how it goes. Either way, let me open my notes real quick because I always forget to do this before I start. So let me open those up and I'll take a drink and then we'll get started. Because in my notes I have actually written exactly where I want to go, what I want to do, in what order. So we shall see how it goes. All right, here we go. Hey Valvez, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are just getting ready to get started now. We have 4 character episodes that have been unlocked in between chapters. We have 2 elite monsters to fight, and we have 1 side quest to do. And after that, it's folding time. And by folding time, I mean it's unfolding time, because we have to unfold the contents of the letter that Julius left for us. And let me tell you what, when that is all over, it is not going to be pretty. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. Last time, we fought our way through the Spurious Corporation after being promoted to vice president and then almost arrested in the same day, because that makes perfect sense in a bureaucratic world. It's more like a bureaucratic nightmare. But yes, we finished chapter 14. Today we have some character episodes to do. Today we have one side mission to do. And that's the one we're going to start with right over there, but we'll do this Princessia quest first. And then we'll head off to chapter 15, where, well, things will happen. That is for certain. And they are not things that are enjoyable for any of the characters involved, including Luger. So that's going to be just great. Oh, and by the way, we can walk around the building even though we almost got arrested in here last time. Apparently they were like, oh, okay, so the president's orders were this, but the president's orders have changed. So now just let the vice president in, it's fine. We don't need to worry about that no more. All good, Vera. What did you need them for? Oh, okay, before he left on his journey? Oh. Okay. So another Kresnik. Well, she's probably related in some way. The Kresniks are all sort of, yeah, all over the place. Uh-huh. I guess not. Yeah, and that's true. Or was it planned? Yeah, you don't usually get Princessia flowers unless you really mean something. That's all good, Vera. So have we put the pieces together yet in terms of all the family trees here, the relationships here? If not, we'll put them together a little later. The game has given us several hints at this point, so I feel like at this point it's not really an issue for me to just flat out say it, because I don't know if the game is going to. I'm trying to remember if there are any other side quests after this that have to do with that. I think there's one more where you go and get more of Julius's old data. So I guess that one might just spell it directly out for you, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, let's do Leia episode 4.
All right, this is the final stretch.
Which is actually Leia's final episode.
Alvin, perfect timing. You two are coming with me.
Oh boy, what does she need hired muscle for now? Well, time to find out. But yeah, it's a little bizarre because this is Leia's last character episode, The Hard Truth, and it happens before the in-between section of chapters 15 and 16, which is where everybody else has theirs. So I don't know why they decided to do this. I guess it's just because it's been a little while since Leia had anything going on character episode-wise, but...
Oh, you're that Riza Maxian reporter. Something I can help you with?
Actually...
You're writing an article about what I think of Riza Maxia?
Well, not just what you think, what a lot of people think.
Does that bother you?
It's not that I mind so much as, well, what's in it for me?
Huh?
He wants a little something something.
Compensation for his services.
Spoken like a true Olympian.
Naturally.
Hey, people will be talking about this, right? Why should I play the ugly face of Olympian intolerance for jack squat? Pay up or I shut up.
Well, this might be a little problematic, because pay up on a reporter's salary is kind of a problem.
I'm not trying to be a hard ass here. It's just the way of the world.
The way of the old world, sure.
Okay, fine. If we're talking money, that might be a problem for me.
Yeah.
But what if I came in here and cleaned? Day in and day out?
Huh?
I mean, I'll still have to worry about my day job, but I can come clean mornings and nights. And I have customer service experience, too. I could stock shelves or even work the booths. I promise I'll stay out of your way no matter what you have me do.
Leverage your previous work experience. Nice job, Leia.
So say yes, will you? Pretty please?
Sometimes you gotta do that to get ahead in a world like this.
If it really means that much to you, fine. Go ahead and write whatever you want.
Thank you so much.
Besides, I wouldn't mind hearing what Rizamaxians think of Olympius.
I bet you'd be surprised.
And don't worry about doing any cleaning or nothing.
Seems like people do work for free sometimes.
But only when they're pleaded to like this, and only in rare circumstances.
Well, I'm not gonna make a habit of it.
Wah, wah.
It's just, this really was starting to make me look like a villain.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how they framed you.
I'll bring you a draft of the story before it goes to print.
Got it. Make it a good one.
Okay, well, that worked out pretty nicely. Nice work, Leia.
Yeah. He even seemed legitimately interested in the perspective of Rizamaxians.
Well, I mean, you showed him the value of hard work again, so that's not really shocking.
Kinda puts a lot of weight on your shoulders, huh?
There is that.
I suppose it does. All right, the finish line's in sight. Luger, I'm staying at your place tonight. I'll work on the article all night if I have to.
Oh, okay. So,
Come on. That's overdoing it. Even for you.
I need space to concentrate. I don't even have my own desk at work.
I feel like they should give you your own desk. I feel like why hire you if you don't have one?
It'll be fine. You guys will be there for moral support, right? Come on, please.
I mean, I guess if we have nowhere else to go, as long as I don't have to stare at my brother's letter all night.
What do you say? Should we help her see this through?
It doesn't sound like we have much of a choice, Alvin. I'm pretty sure we're in this to win it
Thanks.
now.
Okay, it's coffee time. I will absolutely, positively have this story on my editor's desk first thing in the morning.
Well, she's got the drive. Now all we gotta do is get her some time management skills and she'll be a great reporter. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm at that point, right, like, in my life. When I first played this game, I was like, yeah, I could pull an all-nighter if I had to. This point in time, no, it can't happen anymore. Then again, I'm older than Alvin at this point, so I really don't. I really don't see that as particularly shocking. Oh, man. Anyway. Let's head up to Luger's place. Do you have anything new to say? Your dialogue box came back up. Well, that is the plan, ma'am. Although, based on what I've heard from Julius's information, that might be a little bit of a problem for me. You know, if things don't work out. Alright, in we go.
Better get started. Sorry, Luger. Gonna need your room for a while.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So,
Don't doze
Alvin,
off in there.
shake the
Not gonna
couch.
happen.
I'll take the floor with Rollo, I guess.
I think Leia went to turn in her article.
Yeah, because it's been almost all day. Is it first thing the next morning, or is it... I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. They sort of just cut to black. We should probably go offer moral support, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious myself. Let's go. She couldn't have gotten far.
Well, it depends on how long ago she left, since we were both dozing off here. Oh, well. But yeah, no combat in this last one. She kind of goes and turns in her article, and then once she does it, it's all done. And then you get the ultimate reward of this sequence of side quests for Leia specifically. Don't want to talk about it. Why is everyone suddenly asking me what happened to Julius? Like, wouldn't you have just seen him? Wasn't he here? Didn't he basically rescue Jude from Spirius? Where am I going? Oh, okay. But anyway, you know, I might as well turn that job in while I'm here. There we go. And it looks like, based on that, we will be... I don't know if we'll quite get the Silver Seal. We might get to it after, because basically here's what happens, is once you unlock the final dungeon, if you go into the final dungeon and then you come back out, some side quests actually unlock, and I think they're supposed to be like New Game Plus, not New Game Plus, but like post-game quests, basically. But they unlock after you first step foot in the final dungeon, and you only need to step foot in there for like 2 seconds and then leave, because the cat that's in the final dungeon is right there at the beginning. So we might actually get enough to get to Silver Seal. Excuse me, which means I should probably get the cats going to get this model windmill. And then we've got the gentleman. But that'll be about all they'll be able to do in that time period. That is a lot of points and a lot of gold as well. And it's something that I have enough of and I don't need, so we'll just do that one real quick. I know you need quite a bit of rare metal for one of the side quests later, though. I don't know if it's post-game or if it's one that of the ones that unlocks after you, whatchamacallit, get, after you unlock the final dungeon and go in, so. But, I mean, I guess it's just for another allium extractor that I don't need, so, I mean, I'll do it, but I guess I'll give the cat something to do, but I don't really think it's necessary, so we'll do it, why not? I don't think I have enough to go buy any more Royal Feast, unfortunately, for the cats, so we'll see if they make it and get the model windmill. If they don't, it's fine. If they do, it's also fine. I want to save that catnip for when they're getting the cat from the final dungeon, though, so we'll just do this. And let them go off and do their thing. While we go off and do our thing and make sure Leia doesn't get swamped when she goes to turn this in. Turns down, even.
You did all this research?
Yes.
You certainly are tenacious. This'll do. I'll run it.
Hey, there we go.
Really?
Now, tell me what you learned.
Well, up until now, I'd always just written my own opinions about things that I thought were interesting. But after doing all the interviews this time, I realized I had been going about this the wrong way. Our job as journalists is to present an objective and accurate perspective, and then let the readers come to their own conclusions. Objectivity
You should tell that
and
to
accuracy,
modern-day journalists in the real world,
those two elements are the
Leia.
key points here.
I see. It sounds like
'Cause
you're
you're
the
correct,
type of person
but-
who learns by doing. You should keep that in mind from now on.
If there's something you don't understand,
Is
just do
Leia a
it.
full-fledged journalist now?
Hardly. She still lets herself get too close to the story, and she doesn't take into account the impact she has on her readers. Nevertheless, she showed good journalistic instincts with this piece, and she isn't afraid to do legwork. She has potential.
Sounds like she found a calling then, which is good. And also, I'll make sure I tell her you said that, because that will probably make her day.
Don't go giving that rookie a big head now.
I don't think that's possible.
Nice work. Seems your editor finally accepted you.
You heard that, huh? Thanks, guys. I couldn't have done it without you.
Hey, it's all
I'm
good.
not about to let up either, and I hope you'll keep helping me chase down the stories.
You got it.
Sounds like you have a second job now,
From
Alvin.
now on, I'm going to pay close attention to the fractured dimensions and everything that takes place within them. And then, I'm going to make sure that I'm able to convey all of that to the rest of the world. That way, their lives will have meaning.
Well, I'm glad that you figured that out. The only problem is that for the rest of the game, we're probably only going to about 3? 4? I think like 4 more fractured dimensions total, so I hope you remember all the other ones we've been to. Oh boy. Anyway, for finishing out Leia's character episodes, we actually get a weapon for her, and it's a joke weapon, the lacrosse stick. And genuinely, unironically, I'm probably going to equip it. So here's my thing, right? Okay, so we've got weapons, and this one that we have equipped on her is obviously better than the lacrosse stick in terms of power. The joke weapons themselves don't have a lot of physical and art attack associated with them, but usually they have pretty good bonuses attached to them, including increasing stun rate and increasing certain stats depending on the weapon. In Leia's case, it gives her extra agility, vitality, and psych, and those are pretty useful for her since she's a healer, so it kind of comes in handy. It allows her to stay alive a little longer. Now, granted, again, it won't give her an AC boost, and there are obviously much better weapons in this one, even taking into account the boosts. But first of all, this was given to me for free. Second of all, the weapons that I used in the first game as the endgame weapons, which were the sealed weapons, have detrimental effects on them if you do bother to grab them. And third of all, the ones that you can get that are better than this one in terms of attack power and everything else don't have bonuses on them and are also very expensive. So we're equipping the joke weapons, and those are going to be my endgame weapons, because frankly, we're not having much trouble with taking care of enemies at this point, so I might as well get myself in whatever way it's possible. And this seems like a great way to do that, especially considering every character except Luger actually gets a joke weapon out of these character episodes. Luger also has joke weapons, but the problem with Luger's joke weapons is that they're tied to the job system, like completing the jobs that you need titles for and everything else like that. And I think you need to have like a really high title in order to get Luger's 3 joke weapons. So he gets regular weapons and everybody else gets joke weapons, and we'll just all have fun with that by beating people to death with lacrosse sticks and various other armaments that were probably not meant to be armaments. But yeah, I don't think we can see any of them here just yet, Luger's joke weapons. I think those unlock after the next chapter. But I'm pretty sure you need at least gold token, if not higher, in order to get access to that stuff. Along with, if I remember correctly, Luger's access to Impregnable Guard is also locked behind a job that you need like a gold title in order to get. And again, we'll get to Silver Seal, maybe, but gold? No, that's never happening. Not until the post-game. So we won't be doing that. That's just not gonna... We just don't have enough points to go around unless I sit here and grind jobs, and I don't want to do that because that just slows the pacing down even more than it already is. So. Okay, so I think the next place we're going to go is we're actually going to go take care of one of the elite monsters, which we saw over here. I'll go take a look at both of them right now while we're here. Because we've got Snow Cougar in Xylan Woods. Well, I do have 20-something salmon, so I probably will be able to feed him, but... And then we've got the Magma Dragon, but it says Magma Dragon. It's actually Magma Dragons, because these are basically the fire version of the Aqua Dragons from the first game. So, get ready for a multi-boss fight, so that'll be fun. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna go after Snow Cougar first. I think I have fruit yakisoba, right? Yeah, I need to go buy some more, so I think I'll go do that now after eating that real quick. We want Gaius in front because he works very well for this next fight. He has a lot of good utility for this next one. Oh, and actually, before I forget, I'm going to go buy a weapon for Gaius as well, because one of his weapons is available here. The Shirajima. I think I may have passed on this before, but actually this is one of his best weapons that he can get for now until later. So I would say equip it, just so that way you have it. And... yeah, then you can equip something better later. Or you can be like me and equip his joke weapon at the end of his character episodes, which is exactly what I'm going to do, but we'll talk about that once we get there. It'll be an attack decrease and an AC decrease for him, but I'm fine with that. It doesn't matter too much. So, Drellin, I think, is Muse episode 2. So we'll go buy the fruit yakisobas when we go there for Muse's next character episode. And by the way, the free heal in Luger's apartment still works, because basically if you want to continue with the main story, you read the letter on the table. But you don't have to read the letter when you walk past it. You can just walk straight past to go to his room. That being said, I'm probably going to take advantage of the free heal in Nia Khera because we have a character episode there. So let's go to Xylan Woods first. We'll defeat the Snow Cougar, then we'll go to Nia Khera, we'll do Mila's next character episode, then we'll go fight the Magma Dragons, and then we'll go do Muse's character episode. So, that's the plan. Excuse me, and I'm also going to need a few holy bottles as well, so I'll buy those when we go to Nia Khera. So that way we can use them in places like right here, where the enemies will try to lambaste me while I go take care of this little person here. This person's kit. It's just decided to hang out in the snowy wilderness. Oh, is that the cat over there? Look at this little guy. He's so cute. Come here, little buddy. We'll take you home. Look at him walk so slow up to me. I mean, he's got claws, to be fair. Look at those claws on his friggin' paws, but... Oh, okay, he's actually a little bigger than I expected him to be. But yeah, so this is Snow Cougar. He's weak to fire, as you might expect from a Snow Cougar, and he's got pretty good HP, actually. He has a mechanic to him that we'll talk about when we get a little bit further here. And let me actually double check on something real quick before I go. Did I did. Okay, so I swapped this up with Gaius. I had Eradication Sweep here, rather. I was going to say Obliteration Cross, but that was way long ago. Yeah, I had Eradication Sweep here, but it wasn't really working well with the combo. So I stuck Exalted Divide here, which does seem to work better with the combo with Hydra Strike. And with Leia linked up, it also links to a link art, which is Instant Destruction. So that way we at least have something to work with there. So there you go. Do I want anything going on here? Not really. I kind of just want to go with what I've got. So, all right, here we go. I'll just wait. Oh, okay. I'll do it again to get the instant destruction. Okay, that's fine. Oh good, we inflicted crush on him. I don't know from where, but sure, I'll take it. I'll let my allies do the damage first before I run up on him. Let him do the little exclamation point thing. Well, that wasn't very nice.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wow, he got me right in the middle of that. Now I can do it. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's the full combo now for Gaius. We've got it going. When he gets up to full, not full, half of his HP bar, he can go into Overlimit. And he has a specific trick that he'll do when he goes into Overlimit, so you gotta be a little careful of that. We'll get there. I'll wait. Yeah, there's the Overlimit. So now, because he's in Overlimit, he'll use Snowfall. And this will cause a never-ending rain of snow on the battlefield that every 5 seconds will damage you and inflict Skill Seal. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kill... Also, it can inflict Petrify, as you can see there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kill his friends. And this is why Gaius is pretty good for this, because he has access to Calamity Stance. I'm going to wait. There we go. And Calamity Stance can instantly kill his allies. Now, here's the thing. The Snowfall will stop once his allies are dead, but until his allies are dead, he will have infinite Iron Stance. He will never stop crouching down. He will never be able to be staggered out of the Snowfall, so you basically want to go kill all of his allies, and then once you've done that, you can work on Snow Cougar again. Good work. So that's the plan now. I'll wait for him to get up. No, I won't. Since he's not getting up, I'll just do this. Get the damage off. But this guy's a little bit weird sometimes. Sometimes he gets up right away from his little nap, and sometimes he sits there for a while. I don't know why. Maybe I should, like, dodge backwards when I do that, so that way we don't, like, accidentally whack into the wall or something. Guess I'll start over. And we got him. Nice. So yeah, a little tricky, but hey, no big deal. Actually, we only did that in like 2 minutes, so that wasn't bad at all. All things considered, good. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. Be present in a second, listening to a lore video right now. Sounds like a plan. We were just taking care of a stray cat that does not want to join Rolo's ever-growing army of cats, so... And now we're gonna go take advantage of the free inn that's available to us in Nia Khera. My cat has come back, speaking of cats. So let's see what they got. Ah, good, we got one of the model windmills, so now we have that in case we do get the Silver Seal. Now we can actually turn it in for that job. Again, not that we really need it, but it's there in case we do. Alright, off to Nia Khera we go. I'll buy the holy bottles while I am here. Probably need about 3, I want to say. I mean, I might as well buy up to 12, honestly.
We've sure
but...
taken out a lot of these elite monsters.
I'd say it's only natural for any great hero of history.
Rowan's looking to make sure he lives forever through memories at this point, huh? Alright, I'm just gonna buy, like... I'll buy 8. I think that should be enough to carry us through the rest of the game in terms of repelling enemies away from us, so... I think. I don't know that for sure, but I think. Yeah, that's that. Let's go rest up. And then we'll find Mila, who is up there by the exit to the Spirit Way, and we'll go do her next character episode, which also features a boss fight. Apparently, every Mila character episode after episode 1 features a boss fight, so that's just great. Can't catch a break. But yes, then we'll be able to take advantage of the fruit yakisoba we've got on. If we use holy bottles, I should be able to get to the boss without too much problems. And then we can go from there. Okay, I want to save over here, actually. Yeah, the idea basically is to fight both of the elite monsters we have left, and Mila's boss fight, and Muse's boss fight from her character episode 2, with the same fruit yakisoba. Will it work? I don't know. It depends on if we accidentally run into something, but we'll see. Shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. Alright, anyway, more of Mila's story. Keep things moving right along here.
We've scoured the village tomes and oral histories, but unfortunately, no definitive version of that story seems to have survived. Forgive me, Lady Mila. I have failed you.
It's okay. Thanks for trying.
The attempt was all she needed.
If anything comes up, let me know. Did you need something?
Nah, just checking in. Seeing if anybody's, did you learn anything about it? I just wanted to see you. Okay, Luger, Jude is right there. But I'm gonna say it anyway because we're missing a little Mila affinity.
Oh? You've taken an interest in me?
What?
I don't know if I'd say that, not loudly, while Jude's
Come
right
on.
there.
Is that really necessary?
Oh boy.
But it's true, isn't it? I remember you reacted the same way.
Never mind me. Shouldn't you tell Luger what you were talking to that villager about?
Ah, good point.
Yeah, that was most of the reason why I came here anyway.
I've been pursuing several different leads, but so far none of them has led to reliable information. One thing that does ring true is that the people of Nia Khera are Kresnik's descendants.
Okay, so I'm very distantly related to all of these people. Great.
According to local legend, Nia Khera was settled by Kresnik's descendants.
After they left to go... And we know that this Kresnik is a she at this point, so after she left to go settle a different area after she got dissatisfied with the way that Olympias was.
That's why there's a shrine to Maxwell here, and why the people still practice old-fashioned spirit worship.
If the fractured dimension Aska was telling the truth about the previous Maxwell, then the schism must have split the ancestors of Kresnik in two.
Probably.
With some in Olympias and some in Rizamaxia.
Yeah, the ones that followed Mila Kresnik here ended up here, and then the rest.
But wouldn't such a
got
major
stuck.
event have been recorded in the texts and oral histories?
They would have if they knew that this was the storyline they were going with in Xillia 1, but they didn't, so...
Good point. It would have been a major historical shift. There
Now they
must
have to
be
write
more
around
this
it.
Story.
Oh, sorry. Engaging discussion is fine, but my phone's going off.
DODA here. We've detected a new fractured dimension.
Oh, great.
The rift is near Nia Khera. We've sent you the coordinates. Please take care of it.
Yeah, they sort of realized... I think this is partially being done because of the fact that they realized, oh, the character episodes aren't quite done yet. Wait, if we need them to go into fractured dimensions and Elle's not here, how is that going to resolve? So I guess they kind of figured, no, we have to make it so that they can use the Chromatus powers even if Elle's not there. So it's a story beat, but it's at the same time I kind of feel like it's also a mechanical beat because otherwise these wouldn't work. So anyway, new fractured dimension just
I heard
dropped.
her say Nia Khera. Is it the next fractured dimension?
It is.
Maybe they'll know more about Mila Kresnik and the fractured version of Neokara.
It's possible.
Jude, you read my mind.
Wouldn't that make Neokara the divergence catalyst then, though?
Luger, I want to accompany you on this mission.
Well, it's probably for the best because this mission has something to do with you anyway.
Me too.
So. Okay, you can both come. We'll make it a field trip. Although we don't need Gaius in the party at the moment. Sorry, Gaius. Take Elise. We've been taking Elise every other time, so it should work out pretty good with her in tow. Luger's GHS. Oh boy.
I have to say, Luger's GHS always seems to ring at the worst times.
It does, doesn't it?
Now that you mention it, it does seem like someone always calls him when we're in the middle of a conversation.
I wonder why that happens. Looks directly at the camera.
Yeah, it happens so often. It's enough to make me wonder if they're doing it on purpose.
I mean, they are listening to our every word. And I guess it can be obnoxious.
Oh, we're not criticizing you.
Right. Sometimes coincidences like that just happen to pile up.
Especially when they're convenient to the story.
Like just the other day, I got calls from 5 wrong numbers in a row.
Oh? What did you do?
Nothing special. I just told each of them they had the wrong number.
I see. Perhaps Luger could solve his problem the same way.
I'm pretty sure if I told Vera she had the wrong number, I'd get
He
fired.
can tell everyone who calls they have the wrong number until no one ever calls him again.
Sorry. She makes a fine lord of spirits, but she still has a lot to learn about humans.
I mean, that's fair. She doesn't exactly have a phone.
You'll have to forgive her.
It's fine. Okay, well, anyway, that takes care of that. Yeah, I think the party's where I want it to be. We'll play as Mila because, you know, why not? It's her character episode, so we might as well. And, yeah, off we go. Do I want to save again before doing... No, I don't really care enough to save before doing this. Here we go. I guess I could check in the Fractured Dimension to see if there's any new weapons and stuff, though.
Let's gather what information we can.
Especially since they
Divergence
plopped
catalyst
me
has to be affecting someone.
right in
See
front
if we can figure out who.
of the shop. Well, in this particular case, it's very easy to find because there's literally an exclamation point right there telling me where the person that's affected by the catalyst is, but well, we'll go there in a minute. I guess I used the pineapple gel somewhere, so I guess I'll take care of that. Probably during the fight with the snow cougar. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Triglyph was another place where custom orders are available, so all these new ones that are here now, these were available in Triglyph when I went and bought the Shirajima for Gaius, but I didn't acknowledge them. That being said, it's probably worth our while to finally make the last elemental hammer for Luger Zeus Crusher Light. It's his strongest hammer outside of a couple of other ones that he can get. And since we've been using them primarily for elemental attacks in order to inflict certain statuses, it's probably going to be a pretty good one. It also increases his art attack, which is kind of nice because some of his hammers don't have the best art attack power on them. So let's grab that bad boy. I'm not going to equip it for now, but it is going to be pretty solid for him. Other than that, there's a few other ones. The certain ones will unlock in certain orders depending. Like as you can see here, Alvin's fire elemental weapon didn't unlock until just now. So depending on the character, you might get different elements at different times in the game depending on what's available. But a pretty large chunk of them are pretty solid. They've usually got some pretty good effects on them, especially for the point in the game that you're at. For example, the Monk's Paintbrush for Leia. It reduces her casting time, which is not bad at all for her, honestly. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm using that amethyst for something else, I might consider making this one because it reduces her casting time. Dark Element is something she can't hit normally, so that's not bad. As for Gaius, speaking of Dark Element and something he can't hit normally, here's Tsukiyomi. He can make that. It's Dark Element. It restores HP for each enemy defeated on top of the HP gain he's already got, so this is a pretty solid sword for him, all things considered. We can't equip it right now because he's not in the party, but there you go. And, yeah, as for the armor and stuff that unlocked, I don't know if any new armor unlocked since the last time, but I wouldn't worry about it for now because it's not really something that we need to worry about. It's because we're going to get some better armor in a short period of time once chapter 15 is over. But I guess we can check in the shop and see if... Okay, nothing new there. As for here... Yeah, nothing new here either. Okay. Cool. Oh, look, it's Ivor. I didn't even have a chance to have her say
Look,
Ivor.
Ivor's doing weird ivory stuff again. He's so weird.
Scram, urchins.
You must be the only chump in the world who still believes in the four great spirits. Maxwell and the spirits are just a fairy tale invented by grown-ups, you dummy.
So Mila didn't descend in this dimension yet?
Fools! Allow me to school you. First of all, this town wouldn't even exist without the efforts of the great spirit channeler Kresnik.
Oh boy, here we go. Now he's weird and boring. Let's go.
Ipso facto. Hey, get back here!
I can't
Sorry to
school you
interrupt your
yet if
lesson.
you run away.
Do you know about Kresnik, Ivor? Sir?
And who exactly are you?
Well, we're not here looking for trouble, that's for sure.
Aha! Precisely what a troublemaker would say.
I see Ivor is the same in this dimension as he is everywhere
We're
else.
researchers interested in spirit worship. Would you consider sharing your expertise with us? Please spare no detail.
You're researching spirit worship?
We're anthropologists.
Correct. In particular, the human named Mila Kresnik.
How could anyone researching spirit worship not know about Mila Kresnik?
Well, they would know, but we want to know if there's any additional insight.
But I'm willing to play along, even if you are suspicious. I'll tell you, but just this once.
Okay, good.
Thanks, I've never felt so grateful.
Nice save, Jude.
Good. Your gratitude is noted. Now, Mila Kresnik was the first human ever to summon Lord Maxwell. She was a singing handmaid and the first chief of the Kresnik clan.
Makes me wonder if Undine's singing powers were something that she got from the original Mila Kresnik, or what? Because, I mean, we've heard Undine singing enough at this point to cure status ailments. You'd think that there might be something to that, but...
A singing handmaid? Huh. How strange.
How dare you! Show some respect!
I'm sorry. I can't believe I was just scolded by Ivor.
Mila Kresnik had a wonderful singing voice. It said she sang with such passion that even Lord Maxwell fell under her spell.
So does that mean this village was founded by Mila Kresnik herself?
Alas, no. She died young, before Nia Kara was built.
Ah,
The village was founded by a member of her clan.
okay, well that
I
answers
see.
that question.
You've been very helpful.
Of course I have. Don't you know who I am?
I get the feeling you're going to tell us.
I am Ivor, Mila Kresnik's successor as handmaid to Lord Maxwell.
Uh-huh.
Preserving and propagating the lore of Lord Maxwell is a handmaid's sworn duty. I
Well,
must ensure
I'm glad
the
you
lore
take
is
it
kept without
seriously.
error forevermore, even if the heavens be split or the earth torn asunder.
I mean, that can be arranged if Xillia 1 is anything to talk about.
Right. Thank you.
He's very enthusiastic.
It's back! Come quick!
The terror of the Hollowmont, that thing just won't quit.
Oh boy.
It gets worse. Apparently, 2 village kids were seen heading up the Hollowmont.
Oh, not those little brats.
Anyway, you gotta get over there. I'll be right behind you.
The terror of the Hollowmont. I've never heard of such a thing.
Maybe Ivor in your dimension killed it before you descended?
Perhaps it's our divergence catalyst.
Or there's that.
Then we're going too.
Okay. Sounds like we've got a plan. Let's go put it into action, shall we? Even though I'm working on the borrowed time of this holy bottle, I'm not even going to bother, like, sprinting or anything. We got to get all the way to the Hollowmont. And as far as I'm aware, we can't just travel there from our, map. When you go into a fractured dimension, even if you have the locations that you go to in the normal dimension, in the prime dimension, you can't fast travel in between locations. They make you walk to and from each place. Which, I mean, it's fine. Usually you don't have to walk very far to get to where you're going, especially if it's like there's a sea haven or something like there was in Chapter 12, because then you can just go straight to where you need to go. So, it doesn't really bug me. There's probably some treasure chests that I'm missing around here, but none of them have anything particularly that I care about. We're kind of at that point where I get to that feeling when I play games where it's like, no, we're as prepared as we need to be in order to finish the game, so like I don't need to bother with picking anything else up. Let's just move right along. It's not a completionist's thought process whatsoever, but you know. Ain't nobody ever said I was doing things 100%. Alright, now, I was gonna say, I think it's gonna have us go straight through the Holomont, so straight through the shrine, in order to get to where we need to go. So we'll wait to save until we get to the, near the summit. And then we'll go from there. Oh, there goes my holy bottle. First one, anyway. So we'll use another one. Why not? Might as well just... I'll just do it this way where I kind of go on my food menu and then grab this because it's not too far out of the way there. Probably going to have to wait around a little bit here, though, because the enemies are going to be a little bit ornery with these narrow hallways. If I run this way, it should be a little easier, so that way they don't... get in the way. You know, I'll go through this one. Why not? Watch me go back here and there be no treasure chest. Okay, yeah. See what I mean, though? Like, some of this stuff is not really something that I care about. Materials that I don't need, it's like, okay. Yeah, no, I don't need to bother stopping for that. Sometimes there's weapons, you know, stuff like that, but I'm not really a big fan of it. It's like I've already got the accessories I need for everybody, so I don't need to worry about that part. The weapons are just going to be the weapons that we get for beating all these character episodes, so don't need to worry about that part. And the armor is just custom order armor that I'm going to get over time once we get to, once we unlock the custom orders from John Dew Coliseum. So, it's like, I could go grab this stuff, and I guess I am in this particular case, because there isn't a lot of it, but okay, rune gauntlets, those aren't too bad, although we might already have those. Nope, okay, those are an upgrade to what Jude has at the moment. So I guess that'll come in somewhat handy. Do we need an upgrade for Mila at the moment, though? No, not really. I mean, probably her. There is a weapon upgrade for her around here somewhere, but I don't know if I care enough to go looking, you know. Incidentally, speaking of weapon upgrades, I actually missed one in the Xillia Ruins. It was a pair of twin swords for Luger, actually, and they have a pretty good effect on them, if I remember right. I think they restore HP at regular intervals, kind of similar to what a holy symbol does, although I think it's a much larger amount of HP than that. Like, it's probably more than what they intended to be in terms of the amount of HP that they restore. But, I don't know, either way. Not something we need to worry about at the moment because we can't access Xillia Ruins anymore because that dimension is destroyed, so we will just make do without it. Not like we really needed them. Honestly, though, the economy for weapons in the endgame of Xillia 2, specifically for Luger, is a little bit bizarre. I'll talk about it in a little bit. First, let's go help Ivor with big skeleton thing. Well, at least he found the kids.
I wanna go home! Mommy!
You guys just had to poke the undead bear, didn't you?
I will save you. Trust me, as handmaid to Lord Maxwell, it is my duty to protect you.
Well, it might be a good idea to run with them now.
Fools. Why would you come here?
While he's not attacking you. Speaking of which. Nice save.
Aren't those the 4 great spirits?
Well done. We'll take it from here, Ivor. Ready?
You get those kids out of here. We'll take care of this guy. Okay, so we have... What's the name of this boss again? Melancholic Decay. Weak to light and slash, so Mila is perfect for this one. However, you may notice all those resistances and feel a vague sense of PTSD from a certain elite monster that we fought previously. Who remembers Exoplasma? Guess who this guy's related to? Exoplasma. So that's just great. Yeah, so he's exactly Exoplasma all over again. So he'll split himself up with Freedom Gaze after he takes a certain amount of damage. So we're gonna
Let's end this.
Try to avoid having any problems here with the spell. Do as much damage as we can.
Assist me.
Before he picks himself up again. Okay, well we got good damage off, all things considered. But now he's going to Freedom Gaze, so now the enemies will pop up. And we've got 3 enemies now, so we're going to have to make do with that. Thankfully I have Impregnable Darts. That should make things a little bit easier anyway. I'll just keep taking care of this guy while I wait. Get knocked directly down into him, that's fine. You guys handle the other guy? Oh, okay. Thank you, Elise. What do the other guys got going on here? Okay, Jude's got that guy's attention, so let me try this guy. Mila, you need to drop my combo again. You need to do the actual combo when I press the combo button. By the way, we haven't used Mila's Mystic Art yet, so let's do that.
Now, come and gather, combine, take shape.
Probably should have saved it for the big guy, but we can build it up again. It's kind of too bad that didn't move over to the other guy while we were at it, but you know, it works. All right, off we go. And again, he'll Freedom Gaze over and over again, but he'll split his HP each time, so that should make things a little bit easier for us to maneuver around with, so I'm not even going to bother with Binding Spear. I don't think he's big enough to let me do that, so I'll just wait. Yeah, I guess I could try it. Okay, yeah, I knocked him over. I guess it's not a bad thing, though. The Grave can pick him up again. Nice. Is that the... Okay, that's the big guy, so... Now, thankfully, this one has less HP than Exoplasma did, so it should make him a little bit easier to manage. But he'll still Freedom Gaze over and over again, which can be problematic. So, what's his HP at? Okay, he's only got about 2 more divides left in him, and then we should be able to handle him. Let me see if I can get this guy before he... And just restart the combo, because why not? I'm actually going to do a little damage to the big guy. I think those guys can handle the little guy there. So let's do a little damage here. Piercing laser, huh? Not so much. Okay, I guess I'll just do this real quick. Get a little extra damage off. Alright, so you've got 18, 620. Oh, and he's the only one left. Okay, let's get the damage off quick once he gets out. Alright, okay, so we got that one, but he divided, so that's going to be problematic. Hopefully they don't continue to divide once they get into... I'm going to have to basically try to kill these guys at the same time. So we'll try to get as much damage off as we can. There we go.
Saved them.
Because otherwise they would have divided again, which would have been annoying. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been too annoying, but, you know. At the very least, that battle went a bit smoother than Exoplasma, so I guess I can be thankful for that.
I've surpassed my limits.
I'm getting stronger.
I'll keep getting better. Bigger and better.
Alright, and that takes care of that.
Wait.
Nice work, team.
Hold on. Is it really you?
I'm sorry.
Feels weird that Luger would be so gung-ho about destroying the catalyst.
It is.
When
Maxwell.
we're still concerned about Elle's
Forgive
safety.
my insolence, my lord. Please, allow me to serve at your side from now on. I beg of you.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
I'm sorry, but we won't meet again.
Considering you're about to disintegrate into nothing. So that was probably a little rough on you, huh?
I'm fine. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I've known it was coming for other ones too, but it doesn't make it any easier.
Don't worry about me. No point in you getting depressed over it.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm simultaneously depressed for you and worried about Elle.
Anyway, it's obvious that something soured the relationship between Mila Kresnik and my predecessor.
But what could it have been?
I just wish we could ask the previous Maxwell directly.
Yeah, about that.
I suppose that's easier said than done.
I mean, unless you've invented a way to talk into the grave.
Humans say they never appreciate their parents until they're gone. I'm beginning to see their point.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that applies here.
I don't know. He was kind of her progenitor. Same idea. Okay, that's Mila chapter 5. So she's got one more episode, unlike Leia, who is done at this point. And we've got 2 more episodes for Muse now, so we're going to go work on that. But before we do that, I think it's time we get the regular party back together. I'm going to keep Mila out because... Or should I play Leia for this next one? Maybe I'll play both. Like, maybe I'll play Leia for one of the Magma Dragons and then Mila for the other one. Because if I remember correctly, one of them is weak to Slash and one's weak to Strike. So I could just spread everybody out so that way Leia takes on the one that's weak to Strike and maybe Luger can do the same thing. And then, oh, he's already got the Silver Maul equipped. Great. And then Mila can take on the one that's weak to Slash once the one that's weak to Strike is done for. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out. Either way, we've still got that fruit yakisoba on, so that's good. I'll keep Leia out for now just until we figure out whether what I said was correct or not. But let's head off to the Nala Lava Tubes. And I think actually I want to go to this Island Woods entrance. Because it's going to be in the lake area again, this one. So we'll just head in that direction and then we'll be good to go. And the save point is behind them because they're going to be in that little section right there. So I guess I'll just quick save when I get there. That should work okay. It usually does, to be fair. Yeah, like I said before, if you're still looking for good amounts of allium ore, you could do worse than the monsters in here. They give pretty good amounts along with pretty good experience and gold, so... It's weird, I don't know why the monsters in here specifically give higher amounts than, say, the ones in Kukar Ice Caverns. You'd think they'd be the same amounts because they're, you know, they were encountered and fought at relatively the same time in Xillia 1, but I don't know. The lava tubes seem like they're a pretty good spot for... I don't know if they're a pretty good spot at this point in terms of getting experience because we're all pushing level 70 at this point, so I don't really... I feel like you could do worse, obviously, but I don't know if it's a great idea anymore. I mean, I guess if you need to top off on your ore, this would be a pretty good spot to do it, but, you know. Well, there's the Magma Dragon, so that's the last elite monster we've got left, so let's quick save, and then we'll see if what I said holds true. And what we're going to want to do right away... Probably would have been a good idea to bring Elise with us, honestly, but we can handle it with this party. I want to use a syrup bot because obviously they can inflict burn, and burn is not so good for us. So it's one of the reasons actually why I wanted to play as someone other than Mila, because then Mila, as an NPC, can just go take care of the burns. So, all right, so let's see if what I said holds true. If not, I'll probably switch back to Luger, I think. Alright, so we've got Magma Dragon, so this one's weak to Strike, and then Levia Dragon, which is weak to Slash. So I'll have Leia take care of the Magma Dragon while everybody else gangs up on the Levia Dragon. Now, if they use Blaze Fever, which is the tornado there, what that will do is that will actually... I wonder if the syrup bottle works when I've got an ailment already. Okay, the ailment will stay, so that's not so good. Also not so good is the fact that Mila's already dead. But
This is our chance to win!
Oh, okay, just, eat my power combo. Why not? But, oh, I know what's happening. I think, anyway. What's my thing? I think it might be actually that the lacrosse stick has too little attack power on it. Maybe. Luger, can you keep that guy busy while I get Mila up? Gaius, please don't bring that over here. Why would you do this? I'm trying to heal. Alright, anyway. Okay, there we go. I dropped. That was my fault. I dropped that combo, but yeah. But yeah, if they use Blaze Fever, you're probably going to get trashed because that tornado, the last hit of the tornado actually has. No, stop rending. Wait, oh, I see.
It's all you, Luger.
My button was still held down. But yeah, so if they use Blaze Fever, that last hit is technically considered a grab. It's bizarre, but it's considered a grab because what it'll do, I can't see what the hell is happening. There's too much explosion on my... Oh, Leia, stop. I don't know what you're doing, but stop. Okay, but yeah, basically, the last hit of that tornado is considered a grab. So what'll happen is if you're not already on the ground, it will throw you up in the air, and then it will throw you to the ground, which is obviously not what we want. Try this again. Okay, they got that one down, so that's good.
It's all you, Luger.
No, stop what you're doing there. Okay. Wait. Oh, good, I started the combo again. Fantastic.
Sorry.
Break me out of that, or don't. Okay, well, it was almost good. So just do this then.
It's all you, Luger. Got it. It's all you, Luger.
Oh, it's the same one.
Here comes Leia. Spin like a tornado. And jump. Like a shooting star. Soul step. Celebration.
Kind of want to double check what the HP total of the other one is at the moment, because it might be... Okay, we've got... Alright, we've got the Magma Dragon in pretty good shape at the moment, and once we get rid of one of them, it will make us a little bit easier as well, so... Alright, so you guys seem to be doing pretty good. I'm going to use a syrup bottle on myself again. That way, once that gets rid of with Undine, we can just go from there. Oh, this isn't good. Good thing for that syrup bottle. Yeah, I was gonna say, let me get the hell out of this corner real quick. Okay, I guess I better revive Gaius then. Hold on. And keep this up. Run myself away so they don't get too overproductive with their damage. Wait for it. Oh, just eat my input there, because why not, of course. See, the problem here, obviously, is the burn. The burns can be problematic, and if you have Elise, it makes things a lot easier, because then she doesn't have to heal that off.
It's all you, Luger. Got it.
And one more combo, we should have this guy. I'll wait for the next attack. do it again since I dropped the combo. What do you got left? 9301. We can handle that.
What the heck?
As I say, get me the hell away from that, but okay, there we go. That guy's done now. So now, I think I go take care of reviving Gaius, and then I'm going to switch over to Mila, I think. We can then use Wormwrath with Gaius once we get to that point.
Onward!
Go ahead and try to Coral Blade Mila. She's got Impregnable Guard, jackass. And we start the combo. Well, she was right about that. So I actually practiced that fight off screen, and having done it off screen with just Mila, lot easier if you do the one with Slash first, because it felt like I took care of him a lot faster. Then again, it might be because of the fact that I had 3 people with Slash weapons in the party and only 1 with Strike regularly. And also, of course, there's the fact that the lacrosse stick isn't exactly the strongest weapon out there, so that could be a problem. Might give me an excuse to say, hey, maybe I should buy weapons with higher physical and art attack rather than using these joke weapons. It's not like I don't have enough money. So, welcome back, Marie. Didn't see when you got back. I was probably in the middle of the boss fight. Listening to that video at the same time as doing the latest 24, man. The fucking final chest had the thing you really wanted, but you grabbed something from the 3rd chest. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because you only get 1 roll at the moment. Oh, well. It's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. I got 4 Fire Spirits Rage from that. That might actually be useful for something now that I think about it. But, well, we don't have enough time to think about it for now because we gotta go to Xillia, where I can stay at the most expensive inn in the whole game, because why the hell not? And also Muse's episode 2 is here. I bought another fruit yakisoba, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's top off on supplies because I know for a fact that we used a few just there. Yeah, a few. Okay, we didn't use any pineapple gel, surprisingly enough, but that's okay. And some syrup bottles. Let me go turn in Snow Cougar and Magma Dragon first. Excuse me, before we go do that, I'll just save before we leave from Muse's character episode. Like, we'll start it, and then before we go, there's going to be a fractured dimension, basically, so before we go there, I'll just do that. Now, we're going to get a whole bunch of money and a whole bunch of points from this. The points won't be enough to get us the Silver Seal, like I said before. The gold, I would say save for now, because we're going to use a whole bunch of it when we make all the custom order armor after the next main chapter, which is coming up in just 2 character episodes, so yeah, I'd just keep that gold for now, don't worry about it. And it's not like Nova's going to be calling you anymore about, hey, Luger, you got to make a payment on your debt, because that's just taken care of in the background now, so don't have to worry about it. You can finally hold on to your money for the first time in the entire game. Isn't that amazing? Also, here's the list of all 24 of the elite monsters that we've defeated over the course of the game. And like I said, I am sure glad that Melancholic Decay did not end up being as annoying to fight as Exoplasma was, because Jesus Christ. Oh. Okay. Well, she's got something on her mind. Let's just see what that is, shall we? From Muse with Love. I got a bad feeling about this.
If only I were more popular with Mila's friends. If they loved me more, then I bet Mila would too. I could try giving them all presents, but what would they even like?
Muse, do you want to talk about it? Because you're just sitting here, yeah, you're just sitting here laughing to yourself. It looks a little awkward in public when you just sit there and laugh to yourself. I've done it, trust me, I know.
I'm trying to think of a present to give to Mila's dear friends. They mean so much to her.
I mean, yeah, that's the idea. Getting to the gold rank sounds like actual bullshit. You've already done all the elite monsters to chunk the point requirements, and you still haven't even gotten to silver seal. 1 rank from the gold ranks? Why? I don't know what they were thinking. I think they were thinking you would have done more side quests by this point, but, like, why bother when the gold requirements for paying your debt are low enough to where you don't usually have to dip into those side quests, you know? Like, you just fight the elite monsters and you can move on, so... Like, why even have title requirements in the first place? What purpose does it serve, you know? I don't get it. It's a single-player game. It's not like you're gatekeeping certain characters for skill levels or something. You're casually just reading her mind. Yeah, that's the idea. That's that bracelet I've got on from character episode 1, the one that will explode and destroy my entire body if I try to take it off.
I'm her big sister, after all. I have so many responsibilities.
I mean, I guess. Luger, it's not nice to laugh at people.
You intend to give presents to
Don't be a dickhead.
friends?
Of course. It's a big sister's job to look out for her younger sibling. What would make a good present?
Something they can wear, something handmade. Well, considering I cook all the time and that is handmade, usually that works out pretty well for me.
Handmade? Then it would have a personal touch.
Right.
Nia Khera is known for its traditional handmade ornaments.
Aha.
Those who give them are greatly admired for their taste, and the recipients are always grateful.
That's because it's Nia Khera. The recipients are always grateful because it's literally their tradition to be grateful.
How can I get a hold of them?
They're fashioned from harpy feathers, apparently.
Oh.
Harpies? Where can I find those?
We could go to the Hollow There's a few harpies there.
They're said to inhabit Burmia Gorge.
Or I guess we could go there. Oh, hang on, everybody. My phone's ringing again. Hello?
DODA here. We've detected a new fractured dimension.
You guys have been really busy with these lately, haven't you?
The rift is near Burmia Gorge. We've sent you the coordinates. Please take care of it.
Well, that's awfully convenient. Thanks. Guess what? Fractured dimension in Burmia Gorge.
How about that? We can get harpy feathers in the fractured version of Burmia Gorge.
And I guess that's 2 birds with 1 stone.
That'll be okay, won't it?
Sounds good to me. How are you guys finding these so quickly? Isn't Kanan more important? I think at this point Vera's like, okay, well, you know, Mr. Bakur is taking care of the whole Kanan thing, so let's just look for these fractured dimensions to buy him some time. That's my headcanon anyway. I don't know how true that actually is, but that's the way that I see it, is that she's trying to take care of these fractured dimensions as a part of her job as a secretary in order to give Beasley more time to take care of the land of Canaan itself. So... Anyway, high roller. I have over 390,000 gold for the first time in this game. So let's just stay at the most expensive inn in the game, because why the hell not? And then I get to remember if I actually recall what Muse's combo was that I wanted her to use. So that's going to be fun. Let's bring the goons with us again. The Gaius Alvin Luger combo worked pretty well back when we took them for Muse's character episode 1. I don't know if they'll work as well this time as well, but I'm willing to give it a shot anyway. So, and I think I'm also actually going to get rid of this for diffusional drive, just because. So we've got Gravity Well, Sunburst. I've got Wind Lance, but I think I'm going to stick a Rivaderci here, actually. Or maybe I stick Cyclone here. That's only 6 TP now. That's nuts. Yeah, I'll switch to Cyclone, because why the hell not? Do I want Rock Waltz or Air Pressure rather than Gravity? I guess I could stick Gravity Well here, couldn't I? And then we can go with... I'll go with Air Pressure. Just stick all of her really high-level arts. It's too bad she doesn't get something light element, but, I mean, that's okay, I guess. We have Sweetheart on there. Do I have Sweet Light as well? Yes, I do. So I'm going to stick Resurrection here, just so that way it's in the same place as where Leia's is. And then she's got all of her physical attacks on as well, so we'll keep those in mind. All right, then. Save up, and then we'll head off to the Fractured Dimension, and once again, I will see if I can actually do anything worthwhile with Muse. If you'd like to see actual good Muse gameplay, Samu has a full playlist of Muse beating every boss in this game. So I would highly recommend going and watching that, because Samu will definitely do much better job of demonstrating what Muse is capable of than I ever could. So there you go. Alright, here we go. Go make food. Depression's been kicking your ass lately. Yeah, sorry to hear that, but I don't really see that as that uncommon. It's this time of year. It kind of kicks everybody's ass. It's usually where my seasonal affective disorder starts to flare up. So I will say that I've taken a small, not a concoction, because I take it every other day or every 3 days, but some vitamin D and vitamin B have definitely helped me. So I don't know if that's something that you might want to look into in terms of mood, but your vitamin D could be at an imbalance, and that could create some issues where your mood becomes something that you have a hard time dealing with. So, excuse me. It's the idea of, you know, sound body and sound mind, right?
But remember that our main objective is the divergence catalyst.
You think I don't know that?
I think he's just reminding you, actually. The voice of Muse's Spirit 1. Oh boy.
Hey Gaius, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color? Why would you ask that?
If I'm making accessories for everyone, it would be so cute if everyone got a different color! Just curious, really. Humans have such a different sense of aesthetics than we spirits do.
Am I gonna have to help her with this one?
Is that right? I do not have a preference. I'll use whatever color is most functional in a given situation.
I don't think that's helping what she needs that for.
Oh, you don't say. Gosh, thanks for the help! I asked the simplest possible question, and you can't even throw me a bone!
Jesus Christ.
But let's say someone was going to give you a present. What color would you want it to be?
Like, I understand they told their voice actor to be hyperbolic on purpose for these lines, but okay.
I see little value in being particular about such things. Perhaps Luger could be of more use to you in aesthetic matters.
Huh?
Not helpful at all. Yeah, no, Gaius, it's your favorite color, man. You don't have to be an ass about it. Just pick one.
Even you demand that I persist with this?
Yes.
All right then. I suppose blue is a fine color.
See, now, was that so hard?
Blue? Well, that's a surprise.
It hasn't always been a favorite.
I've been a big fan of blue since the blade I pulled out of your chest was blue.
But since I now associate it with you, Muse, I have come to view it more fondly.
Okay, so that was more of a general sense of what I just said, but sure, why not?
Oh, really? Oh, wow! I had no idea Gaius had such a soft side!
Don't look at me like that. That's the most lip service I can muster. Just be happy I didn't make her upset.
I mean, to be fair, if you did, she'd just take it out on the monsters, so... Okay, Goon Squad a go-go. Holy Bottle's in effect, so the monsters here shouldn't bother with us. And if I remember correctly, the Harpy is where Fulzex was in the previous game. I don't know if we can get there from here. This is here, though, so maybe we can. Depends on... Okay. I was gonna say, it depends on whether or not that's there. The rock. The rock is there, which means we have to go all the way around. Actually, I don't know why I jumped off there, because I think the next area is up here, so I'm gonna have to go here anyway. Have a hard time dealing with depression because you spend 5 days a week talking to people who read worse than elementary school. Yeah, that wouldn't really help your, you know, feeling good in your head about stuff. It's like, that's the best phone he could throw. It can be anything. He is the free space in bingo. Yeah, I think Muse was just looking for a more concrete answer, because she, if the first game has proven anything to us, she is a person who is always racked with indecision. So, doesn't really help her for someone to say, oh, it could be anything. Because then she's like, well, what do you want me to do with that? That's exactly my what my thought process was in the first game, and look how that turned out. It turned into a bipolar mess that murdered people for fun. So, I think that's why she wanted a concrete answer. Long story short. There was a chest down here before, wasn't there? Maybe that was the first game. Not in this one, unfortunately. Alright, excuse me, butterfly. I have places to be and people to see, and you're not one of them. Probably if I could look up any further from here, we could see up there. And see that the, whatchamacallit is there. The monster. I don't know if this is where I want to go. Oh, okay, I see. Hold on. Yeah, this is where I want to go because this will lead me over here, which we can then use to go all the way around, and then we can get to where I need to go. Yeah, I was gonna say, Gentle Sylph, you're running in the exact direction that you don't want to be running, because that's where I'm running. Maybe get the hell out of my way. There's a chest over there. Do I care? I'll go get it. This turtle's running away from me anyway. A wind cape. This is why I don't pick shit up in these fractured dimensions anymore. It's just gonna clutter my inventory. Although I suppose they will sell for a little bit of a profit once we get to a certain point, so... looks like the monster's above us there, so maybe we go save first over here. Since the save point's right here, you know. I'm not even gonna bother with the rock. I don't even know if you can drop the rock at this point. Because, once we beat this monster, I'll just spoil it now. The harpy that we need to find, even though, again, there are like a million billion harpies in Neokera Holomon. The harpy we need to find, as you can tell by her color scheme up there, is the Divergence Catalyst. So, we'll literally kill two birds with one stone in this case. So, here we go.
This is quite fortuitous.
Yeah, it's almost like it's the best coincidence it could have been.
That's a nice big one. Hurry up and kill it so we can pluck it.
How are you going to dye its feathers? They're jet black. Doesn't that make it a little difficult to dye them? Anyway, Vileplume is our monster of the day. It's weak to earth and slash, but resistant to strike, which means my stun blitz combo probably won't work too well. It's okay though. The plan of action is to let the guys go after her while I sit back and spam spells like air pressure. Now let me just remember what button I have air pressure on. L1 right on the right stick. Okay, so we'll just do that and we'll just kind of cycle through our spells until we murder them. And I'll just occasionally blast her with Sweet Light as well. Maybe I'll even walk in and do a melee attack while I'm at it, although I'd have to probably start with Sharpened Whip before I stun blitz, but you know, that can be arranged.
Who has 2 thumbs and found a harpy?
Use it. You're acting strange lately.
Okay, hang on. We don't want Shimmering Toll. We definitely do not want Shimmering Toll. Who used an item just now? Okay. Thank you, Luger. So, yeah, that's the problem that we're going to run into now, is that she can use Shimmering Toll to make our lives a lot harder, because she can confuse us. So, I'm just going to put a syrup bottle up to prevent this from becoming a problem. There. I think we're at a point where I can just use air pressure. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess I had Cyclone going. Oh, okay, thanks, Alvin, that's real helpful of you. Okay, he's out of it now, so that's good. Now do the next one. And the next one. Oh, that's on me. Good thing I have the syrup bottle in effect right now. I'm trying to think if that's going to actually affect this. Okay, well, it got Alvin, but we did the best we could with what we had. And look, the guys are even beating the shit out of her, so that's fine. I don't know if they can do dark, so I'm going to add Gravity Well. Oh, that's the Divisional Drive. I must have not pressed the dark first. That's okay. Revolver Assault, huh? Sure. Alright, my time to do this. She broke out. Damn, she used my own trick against me. nice, not bad. Oh, I'm getting the hell away from that. Nope, definitely not happening. And syrup bottle preemptively, just in case. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm not linked with anybody. Okay. I'll just wait. Oh, I won't wait. Never mind. Okay, that was Divine Ascension. I thought that was Incineration Wave for a sec. I was going to be like, oh, this is going to be a problem. But it's not, so... Let's get away from that. Anybody confused? No? Okay, good. Well, Gaius is about to be, but never mind. Keep attacking.
Disappointed.
Okay. The Goon Squad worked.
I'm so happy I beat a harpy. Now you try, Gaius.
I'm so happy I beat a harpy.
Well, you don't have to be so enthusiastic about it. I remember, for some reason I remember Muse saying, well, you don't have to be so enthusiastic about it, but apparently I was just inserting that with my brain. So, yeah, you don't have to be so enthusiastic about it, guys. Thought Divergence Catalyst remembers the Kresnik clan that overused or abused Chromatus. How do normal monsters turn into them? He is, in fact, suffering, yes. So the way that this happens is... We're going to kind of get into it a little bit more later in the episode, but the original Divergence Catalysts are Kresnik clan Chromatus users. If they die in a fractured dimension before they become a Divergence Catalyst in that fractured dimension, they pass that catalyst along to the thing in this dimension that is the most different from the prime dimension. And then it keeps getting passed to the thing that's most different if those things die before becoming catalysts. It turns out this thing was the end goal of it because this harpy is not present in the prime dimension in Burmia Gorge, so it's the most different thing at the moment and turned into a Divergence Catalyst, so it was going to, you know, cause problems in this dimension no matter what anyway, but we took care of it. And also we're all level 69 now, so nice.
I think I got it!
We have no limits.
Man, I feel good.
I might bring the Goon Squad for Muse's final character episode as well now that I'm thinking about it, because they might work out pretty well. If they worked out that well.
Before Luger destroys the Divergence Catalyst.
Yeah, probably a good idea. You know how to pluck a harpy, Muse?
Sorry, I'm going to need a few of these.
I guess so.
Ugh, this is so disgusting. This should be a man's job. Why don't they offer to help? Ugh, I'm gonna be sick.
I didn't know spirits could get sick.
That should do it. Your turn.
All right. Off I go to beat this thing up. I don't even want to know where he just stabbed that harpy. In the thigh, I would hope. In any case, that takes care of Muse character episode 2, but there's still one more to go.
To Niakara. Come meet me there after a while, okay?
But first, we obviously have to go take care of this whole thing with Muse. We'll finish the character episode first. She has to give the feathers to everybody beforehand. Oh, okay. It's just going to take us right there. Cool. Saves me the trouble of
this place for our rendezvous, yet I don't see Mila anywhere.
Maybe she's the first gift recipient?
Ah, here she is.
What do you want from us?
I got these as a gift, more than I'll ever need, so I thought, why not share?
Nice.
What are they?
Good luck charms.
They're so creepy.
Elise, that's not nice. She made them by hand.
What are you trying to push on us?
Guys,
Ghastly
seriously?
objects indeed. Perhaps they're cursed.
Why are you all being dicks about this?
These are traditional native ornaments. They're actually quite precious.
Really? Are you serious, guys?
Well, nice save.
How
I look ridiculous.
No one seems to like them.
Well, they're, certainly different. I'll take one.
If you say so, take any you like.
Boy, that backfired like
Don't
hell.
cry. I've got to hold back the in tears. There's always next time.
How do we get ourselves into these messes, Luger? At least Gaius got a fancy hairpin. If I remember correctly... Yeah,
Hey,
I was
guess
going to say,
what?
you get it as a...
You have 2 cowlicks in the back of your head. I notice it every time I float over you.
Oh. It's not a wonder it takes so long to get my hair styled in the morning. Good to know. Yeah, you get the hairpin as an attachment there, so you can actually give it to people. So you can really, like, actually force it onto people if you want to be a dickhead about it. But, nah. We don't need to worry about that. But Muse's back in the party now, so we'll just keep her in the party since we're going to be using her in a minute anyway to go do the next character episode. Speaking of which, it is... Where is the next one? In Laurent, so let's go there. Seems to be a pretty popular spot for character episodes, considering Elise's was just here. If I remember right, usually they don't send you to the same place, though. So... Oh, and I went to the wrong entrance, so that's okay. Actually, yeah, I will save right here. Because this is the last character episode, and I think the last thing we need to do before we have to face the music... What do my notes say? Yep, this is it. This is the last one, and then, well, Gaius isn't going to be the only one that's suffering, that's for friggin' sure. Yeah, I don't really understand why they have Muse's 2 character episodes back-to-back like this. Like, they could have spread it out or something, you know? But whatever. It's fine. The Union Army marches on. Okay.
Some people are headed our way. I wonder what for.
Agent Luger, right?
You guys don't look like Civil War agents. But yeah, that's me.
And you are?
Can she help you? It's impolite to stare, you know.
So, you're making me blush.
Muse, I'm a spirit. Is that a problem?
I gotta imagine it's hard for her when she has to basically preface every single time she's introducing herself with, I'm a spirit. Is that a problem?
No, I didn't mean... I apologize.
We've received an urgent mission from HQ, directing us to exterminate monsters in the Felgana mine.
Oh, okay.
I sent out an APB for all agents in the Laurent area. These 2 agreed to join you.
I'm Lisa.
Sure.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. I promise I won't get in your way.
I'll get in your way so little, in fact, that I'll be completely forgotten by the end of this character episode.
I'm Min. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Isn't that... No way. It can't be.
This mission will be a binational operation. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, really? Okay. Actually, no, that makes sense, because Lisa there is Rize Maxian. I think she's like one of the Mon Highlands people with the chakrams.
How interesting. Perhaps I'll tag along and lend a hand.
Well, that would add a lot more. It'd almost be tri-national, considering Muse's from the Temporal Crossroads.
I've been spending too much time with you-know-who.
So we've got agents from 2 quarreling nations working together. Maybe this'll teach me the secret to getting closer to Mila's friends.
This sounds
She
like
almost
fun.
did a spin. I should have
Mind
waited.
if I come?
I was so impatient that I cut off her saying the word along. Alright, Muse and the Goon Squad, here we go. Again. Defeat the threat in the Felgana mines. Okay, sure, why not? I think we're just gonna do what we normally do, where we just holy bottle our way through. Especially in Felgana mine, like, it feels like I don't really want to bother with the enemies there, you know? So we'll just holy bottle it up. And I already defeated all the enemies here to get 1 star, so, like, it's nothing I really care too much about. I wonder if... Because if I do Fruit Yakisoba Small, that'll take me through this next boss fight that's in this one. It's not like a Divergence Catalyst kind of a boss fight. It's kind of similar to the one that you did in Elise's character episode, where it's just like a bunch of random monsters that end up being the boss, quote-unquote, of this one. But there, as far as I know, there's only 1 fight. And then, well, Chapter 15 is just 1 boss fight. Ominous as that sounds, so... ideally, that means that Fruit Yakisoba will carry me all the way through. I still can't get over how large these zebra wyverns are. Like, it just looks like something you'd elite hunt, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like a monster that should be out on the overworld, considering everything else. I mean, like, some of the plants get pretty big, and some of the turtles get pretty big, but that thing is just enormous. It's weird to me. It doesn't seem like it's supposed to be there.
I don't see the monsters we're looking for anywhere.
Looks out of place.
Perhaps they're deeper inside.
Of course they are, because this game wouldn't make it easy on me and let me just walk through the very beginning of the place. I wonder if the rocks here have respawned. I don't know, but probably not. I guess I'll go this way. That's not one of the rocks. Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say, get out of my way, Bat. You're making this a lot harder than it has to be by running that way. Okay, found a cutscene, so...
Is everything okay? Hmm? Hello?
Oh, my apologies. I couldn't help but stare. I've never met a spirit before. You're so beautiful.
Enough chatter. Monsters won't wait for you to finish your conversation.
It's true, but they will wait for my holy bottle to wear off.
I got scolded again.
Oh boy.
You're from Riza Maxia. Why are you working with Spirius Corporation?
I wanted to try cooperating with people from Olympias.
You don't mind the Olympians? They seem to be pushing you pretty hard.
They're doing it for my own good. I'm not living up to my full potential.
I mean...
You're so adorable. Don't let anyone try to hold you back.
I was gonna say, I think you're the only determinant of your full potential.
Are you stupid?
Oh my god.
Lisa!
Yes, ma'am?
Now I remember why I hate Riza Maxians.
Well, that's not very nice.
I wonder if those two will ever get along.
Probably not for a while. Or something in this mission will happen that will explicitly make them get along. The voice of Muse's spirit number 2.
A binational military force. What an interesting idea.
Indeed. It is an obvious idea, but actually putting it into operation reveals numerous obstacles.
Yeah, you could say that again.
It's a testament to the Spirius Corporation that they were able to iron out those obstacles so quickly.
I wouldn't say they ironed them out, considering the fact that those two are not working together very well.
Yes, it certainly is. Gaius has such long eyelashes. They're like the eyelashes of a horse.
Where did that come from?
If this sort of experiment becomes commonplace, it would give me more hope that humans and spirits will be able to coexist peacefully in the future.
Yes, indeed.
In that sense, I have high hopes for you. What do you think, Luger?
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely not thinking about Gaius' eyelashes now.
So we're all agreed then. That makes me think. How come it's considered a compliment to comment on the length of someone's eyelashes?
It is? I don't think I've ever heard anyone compliment anyone's eyelashes. Ever.
And yet, you're not supposed to mention their nose hair at all.
It's probably because nose hair isn't considered a tertiary sex characteristic.
Luger?
Gaius, is something wrong?
Sorry, I've got something in my nose.
No.
Beard hair is fine too, just like eyelashes. Only nose hair is forbidden. It makes no sense. I just don't get human aesthetics at all.
I don't think you're meant to. Anyway, the comic relief train has left the station. Let's keep going. I just don't understand sometimes with Muse's character episodes. Like, again, it just... Outside of the... And I understand, you know, the game needs comic relief in some places, obviously. But it feels like in some cases, this just works against Muse's character development in this game, because it feels like she had some, and she was getting to the point where she was feeling more like she was able to function productively without being, you know,
Looks
homicidal.
Like we're getting close. Let's hurry up and butcher those things, and then we can head home.
Speaking of being homicidal. Anyway, But yeah, and then you get here, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess, you know, it's not that easy to drop, you know, having all that in her head. It never does go away. It's just one of those things it becomes easier to manage over time, right? So, whatever.
There they
Bats.
are. Lisa and I will take the monsters on this side. You handle the rest.
Okay.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, if you need help, just tell us. We'll
Please,
get
just
in there.
take care of the rest.
All right. Are you sure you'll be fine? Because that's one save you already owe me.
I'm going in.
Affirmative. I've got your back. We can handle this.
Hang in there. Let's show
All right.
them what we're made of.
We'll check in on those gals later. For now, bats. Why is Spurious Corporation exterminating bats? Your guess is as good as mine, but I guess it's happening, so here we go. Who has a thing with Sunburst here? Does anybody have a thing with Sunburst here? Nope. We would have Raging Mist, but unfortunately, no, we do not. I guess I could use Wormwrath with certain moves there. That'd be cool. Distortion Blade, Flight of Kings, Sniper Barrel, Quakebreaker. Actually, Quakebreaker wouldn't be too bad here either. So if I end up getting in their face, I can use Sharpened Roots for that, but we'll see. Either way, I think it's time to hurl the sun at people a whole bunch of times, so...
All right, time for some teamwork.
How unlike you.
Don't be so negative. It's bad for teamwork.
Oh, sorry.
And I guess I'll grab this one that's right in front of me here. I might as well.
Go to sleep.
Or not. Are you not weak to... No, you're weak to Earth.
Nice try.
Okay.
Shatter. Sharp and rip.
Let's see. That's the wrong move.
Be gone.
Oh well.
Be gone.
That gets you up.
Go to sleep.
And that's also not going to get you up. I probably should not have sweethearted right there, considering Crusher, but that's okay. Alright, let's give this a shot. And then go forward again. This is Cyclone, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Not what I was looking for, but I'll make it work anyway. I was gonna say, Muse, whenever you want to put your arms down, we can keep casting, you know.
And boom!
That'll work. Just keep hitting them, guys. The Goon Squad will achieve victory, even if I have to pull all of you into the finish line myself. This is actually working way better than I thought it was going to.
We all earned this victory.
Let's leave it at that.
Man. Gaius, are you still suffering? It's okay, man. You can talk about it. I mean, Muse's been talking about it the whole time. In her head, but, you know. I can't believe how well one caster and 3 melee is working, though. Like, that's
Mission
nuts.
accomplished. Those monsters won't cause any trouble for a while now.
Well, that's good, but where's our friends?
Excellent work.
Ah, there you are.
Thanks. You might be a bit of a ditz, but I'm sure glad you're on my side. I underestimated you.
Thank you. You were amazing back there.
So, do you two like each other or hate each other or what?
Their GHS Facebook status is "It's complicated, Muse."
You know, I'm not really sure myself anymore.
See?
Politically, we have some things to work out. But personally, I guess she's not so bad.
Well, it helps that you fought alongside her in battle. It's kind of hard to hate someone after that.
Yeah, if you and I can be friends, then someday everyone can.
Let's not get carried away. Farewell, Ms. Muse.
Bye-bye.
Having a common enemy brought those two closer together. It's like a year ago all over again, when Gaius and Jude's group was fighting for the same goal. Of course, I was deceiving all of them, so I can't really say that I fought beside them.
I mean, you could say that for Gaius, but...
This just gave me a great idea.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going. Thankfully, it's not until her final character episode that we'll have to see where that resolves, but... Well, we'll see how that goes, I suppose. Alright, so that's all the character episodes, that's all the side content that we can do at the moment. I'm gonna go back to Drellin one last time before we head up to face the music, and we'll go heal in Luger's place. I'm just here to buy one more small fruit yakisoba and any items that I'm missing from those fights, which it looks like I'm missing several Panacea bottles. Okay, that must have been from the Harpy fight. That's fine. And then the fruit yakisoba. Okay, who's ready for tonal whiplash? Because after Muse's 2 comic relief character episodes, we now all get to go suffer as Luger has to go and confront Julius's ultimatum. So, that's fun. It's not fun, obviously. I'm just saying that, but like, oh boy. Actually, the character episodes didn't take as long as I thought. I figured we'd be doing this as the last thing we do today, which would have made this a particularly bittersweet moment, considering the fact that I would have been stopping this to play Infamous Festival of Blood for 2 to 3 streams, and this is where the game would have basically cliff-hung. But, you know. We're not at that moment right now, so we'll just worry about the moment we're in. And the moment we're in is about to be very, very challenging. For one particular member of our party, that's for certain. Alright. But before we read the letter, let's go save real quick. And then we'll go from there. Welcome back, Marie. Made a cheese quesadilla. Nice. Sounds good. What did you miss? So we finished up Muse's character episodes. We beat the Harpy. We had to go to Felghana Mine for something that felt completely unrelated to anything that had to do with Muse, but it gave her an idea because they had Riza Maxian and Olympian soldiers working together on a joint mission against a common enemy, and now she has an idea that will resolve itself in her 4th and final character episode. But that won't unlock until, well, we read this. Oh good, the holy bottle ran out just in time. Alright. Prepare to cry. It's time to face the music.
Luger, my brother. Bakur now holds the key of Kresnik, and with El in the palm of his hands, we unfortunately only have one option left. A powerful member of our family must give his life to unfold the bridge to Canaan, and pave the way for another.
God damn it.
That, I'm afraid, is the final trial that we face in front of us. A sacrifice to build the Soul Bridge. I'm waiting at Riza Harbor in Marksburg. Come find me when you've steeled yourself. When you know what you must do.
That is not the letter you want to get from your brother in the mail. I'll tell you what.
Hey.
If you don't mind, can you tell us the contents of his letter?
Oh, I'll tell you. 'Cause oh boy, is it a doozy. Chapter 15. Brothers Forever.
Maybe El had already figured out that a human sacrifice was the only ticket into the land of Canaan.
There's a secret to entering Canaan, and I possess it. The life of a Kresnik. Correct?
Well, we know he won't use El for that, because El is the key, so he needs her help to fight Kronos.
That you'd be the one sacrificed to build the bridge.
And that's why she tried to go with him, so that he wouldn't have to sacrifice me.
Before we proceed further, there is something I must know. Do you believe you are capable of sacrificing your own brother in order to reach the land of Canaan?
Gaius?
Gaius, let me ask you a question. If you had to sacrifice Carla's life in order to save the planet, would you be able to do it with the flip of a switch? No. And neither can I. We're not monsters, Gaius.
It's only natural you would feel that way about this.
Luger, why don't you stay here for the time being? We'll go speak with Julius.
I'm sorry.
This is not going to end well. Before we keep going, let me read this. Super off topic, but you just realized that people seem to love comparing $1 a month for pledging to Patreon to how overpriced Starbucks is. That has the opposite effect on you. That doesn't make your pledge seem cheaper. It just tells you you'll never pay for Starbucks. Yeah. See, I don't like the structure of Patreon's fees. I never have, and they increased them at one point, and I said, okay, well, as if I wasn't pledging it already. Definitely not pledging now, but I also don't drink anything from Starbucks, including coffee. I don't drink coffee, period, so Starbucks has never really been anything that I've cared about at all. So I guess I'm kind of in the camp of not really liking either one. Oh boy. Anyway, back to suffering. Yeah, that's about where I would be right now, Luger, in this situation. Head in my hands, trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
Luger.
Hi,
I
Nova.
was just stopping by to celebrate you paying off your loan, but, you okay?
Loaded question.
I just passed by Jude and the others. They were talking crazy talk. Something about building a soul bridge without you.
Wait, without me? What the hell?
But hey, isn't Julius back now too? We should totally paint the town red to celebrate. Just the three of us. What do you say?
Alright. Nova, as much as I love to sit here and celebrate with you, I gotta go. I gotta get Julius. I'll be back. Build the soul bridge without me? Are they out of their goddamn minds? How could he do this to me? I'm his brother. This shit can't fly. Luger, we gotta run like we ain't never ran before. I never sprint in towns because I'm always taking my time, but there is no time to lose now. We gotta go. We gotta get to Marksburg before they do something monumentally stupid. Speedrunning tactics. I just lost time because I flipped to no, because I thought it was on no to start with. Nova was not ready to come here today. She came in at the worst time, and it isn't even her fault. She tends to have really poor timing with this stuff, doesn't she? Well, unfortunately for her, she's going to keep having poor timing because I think that's the last time that poor timing is going to come into play for her. Alright, before we go, let me quick save real quick. This next fight's tough. Come on, quick save. We got no time. They're gonna sacrifice my brother to the suicide pact if we don't. There he is. Hey, Tannum, how you doing? Welcome back. You are just in time for the best and worst part of this game. There's a fetus in the moon.
Beasley just entered the land of Canaan.
We have to get there because the final boss went there.
No, she's his weapon against Kronos.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Rideau, unfortunately, got the honor.
Damn.
So Rideau's artificial
Beasley never saw
stuff
Rideau and I as
effectively
anything more than
turned him
tools
into
for
a... I mean, he
creating
might have been
rage.
in the Kresnik clan. I don't know for sure.
That's just the sort of man he is. He's not coming, is he?
He said he couldn't take his brother's life.
I mean, who could, really?
I figured as much. He never changes.
He's got a big heart.
Yes. I'll spare you the trouble.
Oh
But I will
my
ask
God.
for one last favor. When all this is over, tell Luger.
I'm sorry I was such a selfish brother. As you wish.
No!
Luger!
You can tell me yourself, asshole! Don't you ever do something like that again.
He told us that if you weren't up to the task, we should come here on our own.
And witness his end before becoming a soul bridge for us.
I'm sorry we kept this a secret from you.
Julius, you can't do something like this by yourself. It's not okay. No, but seriously though, is this some kind of sick joke? Like, what kind of progenitor god says a human sacrifice is required just to have a chance to see him? Who the fuck do you think you are, Origin?
Another way to test the nature of humans, I suppose.
I mean, is there another time to join anything
Sorry.
outside of a fetus taking up celestial space?
But
No,
surely
not really.
humans and spirits can learn about each other without having to resort to this.
Yes, so this is what he told Jude after saving him in the last chapter. He said, so Luger has to kill me in order for any of you to help him get to Canaan so he can save El. Because Rideau is dead, so we can't just kill Rideau and then all of us go there. I have to die, or Luger has to die. So since all of you are friends with Luger and I'm the self-sacrificing type, if he won't kill me, I'll do it, and then you guys have to tell him what happened. And that's what he told Jude after the last chapter. And Jude didn't want to tell us that himself, because how do you even say something like that to somebody? Like, holy shit. Yeah, that umbilical cord that you just saw, that was the soul bridge that Beasley created with Rideau's life. So Beasley and El just went to the land of Canaan just now. They were probably making preparations before this, and just now they entered the land. So we need to make something like that.
You're preaching to the choir, Maxwell. But it seems like Origin thinks otherwise. Don't feel too badly for me.
Holy shit.
His transformation has progressed that far?
I'm a dead man no matter what. At least this way, my death will mean something to someone. Use my life. Let me be your path to the land of Canaan.
Julius. Okay. But we're doing this together this time, you hear me? None of this by myself bullshit. We're brothers, we do things together.
If that's the case, let me be your big brother one last time. I need to see for myself if you're strong enough to see this through.
Okay.
Wait!
Stop.
We have no right to intervene in their fight.
Sorry about the entrance exam. This time, the test is real.
Alright, time to fight Julius. The vision was real. It was not just a mirage. Syrup bottle a go-go.
I always thought of you as a child. Someone to be there for. Someone to protect. However, I accept you. You now have the power to choose for yourself. Impressive. Strike! No holding back.
Oh, that's not good. You want the syrup bottle, by the way, because Time Disintegration and Moonlight Assault can both cause confuse, so you want to be careful of that. And as you can see, the damage he can deal out is pretty substantial, so... Okay, let's get the hell out of here. So I can heal up again. Okay, there we go. Damn it. Okay, my thing went away as well, which is not really good for me. You gotta run faster, Luger. This is not gonna work. We're dead. Oh, we're not dead. I am, however, confused, so... Yeah. Okay. So the syrup bottle did not last long enough, so let's try that one again. I could use the confuse ward. But then again, I think, or rather the muddle ward. I think the idea here, though, is to just not get hit, basically. So, yeah.
I always thought of you as a child. Someone to be there for. Someone to protect.
Maybe we don't do all of our damage really quickly, because once he hits half HP, he starts to go kind of nuts.
Choose for yourself.
Maybe we just do that. Okay, now we wait. And then we do this. Okay, yeah, that works a lot better, because then I can just do this and go all the way through. Yep, there we go.
That's not good enough, Luger. You're never going to achieve victory like that. Not against our family's curse. Not against Beasley. Your desire fuels the Chromatis. It won't grant power unless you want it. Do you have what it takes? I shall test your resolve.
Alright, Luger, we gotta dig deep here, buddy. He's not gonna let us off easy. That might be good enough. This is not how you imagine the intro fight happening. Yeah, who could have seen this coming, right? Would have been so much easier if he was just evil. This is just mean. This game is mean. It's probably one of the darkest Tales games, if not the darkest, so... It is mean. Yes, you are correct. So for defeating Julius, we get Yggdrasil finally. We also get the recall skill for Luger. This next part is deeply esoteric and doesn't really explain itself in terms of what's going on or how it happens. I'm gonna let it play out at first, and then once it's over, I'll explain what's happening. About that last minute thing going on. Now, I don't know for sure, but those look an awful lot like the kids from Elise's class. And it looks like Rideau's still around, so that might give you a vague idea, considering he's dead, of what's going on here. Maybe? Or maybe it just won't explain itself. Again, I'll explain this once it's over, but... First we gotta get there. Where are we going, you might ask? Well, we have to go after Julius. And there's only one place he'd be this time of day. Oh, Leia and her publisher in Jurgen. Well, your partner's still here, isn't he? Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, but that would have required there be, you know, actual plant life in Olympias, which you weren't really able to take advantage of back in the day. It would be pretty tricky. Speaking of which...
Damn it.
Is this an alternate afterlife? Wait, Leia's here. Alternate dimension or timeline? So this is a fractured dimension. So you're pretty close there. Again, like I said, I'll explain it in a minute, but this is a fractured dimension, to be clear. So... Unfortunately, this plant doesn't have anything for us to pick, unlike in the Prime Dimension. Okay. Here we go.
Yikes! Look at the time!
Maybe not.
Gotta move!
Not so fast.
You know I can't stand dressing up.
Well, you need to learn to stand it.
Maybe someday.
You're impossible.
Oh, now I'm really late. I'll make pasta margarita for dinner tonight, okay?
Still trying to butter me up with tomatoes. It works, but still.
Don't be late to the station now, Luger. Train station employee being late's a pretty big faux pas. At least Rollo's here to lighten the mood a little.
What's up? Forget something?
No, just remembered what time it is.
Oh. I sure wish I could have eaten one last pasta margarita.
Sorry.
Hey, don't worry about it. There are worse things than being dragged around by your brother. You're the one who showed me that. Go on, Luger. Now it's your turn to look after someone special. Go and create your perfect world.
Oh, not again. God damn it! Actual cruelty. Why do you keep doing this, Tales of Xillia 2? How could you keep making people do this? Yeah, that was the place from the Xillia 1 intro. It was significantly sadder this time. So let me take a drink before I explain this. So, let's remember now how fractured dimensions are first created. So Kronos gave the power of the Chromatus to the Kresnik clan. And when the Kresnik clan becomes divergence catalysts in the Prime Dimension, they are moved into a fractured dimension because only one divergence catalyst can exist in the Prime Dimension at any one time. So that's where all the alternate timelines are coming from, is because a Chromatus user becomes a divergence catalyst in the Prime Dimension. They're put in a fractured dimension and given a new lease on life. They're no longer a divergence catalyst in the fractured dimension when they go there, but they have the potential to become a divergence catalyst again if they continue to be alternate in terms of the way that they behave in the timeline. And then if they die, they pass that along to whatever is the most different in the fractured dimension, and then it just sort of gravitates from one thing to another until a Chromatus user kills it and destroys the dimension. When Julius died, he unlocked the 3rd level of Chromatus and used his mystic art to test our resolve. The act of using the 3rd level of Chromatus caused him to become a divergence catalyst in the prime dimension. And that caused him to be moved after we whacked him upside the head with Form Destroyer. He was moved into a fractured dimension of his own in order to separate him from the prime dimension. So the Julius that we saw in the anime cutscene there inside the fractured dimension was the real Julius. That was something that wasn't clear to me on a first playthrough, so I want to make sure I'm clear on that. That was the real Julius from the prime dimension. He was in that fractured dimension for who knows how long. For us, it was the space of 5 seconds, right? Because we went immediately from boss fight to fractured dimension to anime cutscene, and there he is. How many years did Julius spend inside of that fractured dimension living a normal life? And we had to walk in there, say our final goodbyes, and then murder him. Something to think about. Let's go talk to all our friends to see if they can make this any easier on Luger, because holy shit, it cannot be easy.
Luger, you did very well.
I cannot agree more. After all, destroying a world is burden enough. But this time it's unimaginable.
Yeah. Still doesn't feel real. Don't know if it'll ever feel worth it.
Over the course of my career, I took the lives of thousands of soldiers. When you consider each soldier's potential, what I did was little different than destroying a world.
Doesn't get easier, does it?
I am well aware of my sins, but at the same time, I also believe this. The destruction I wrought paved the way for new things to be born.
It's the same here. It arose when you and the others destroyed the closed-off world of Riza Maxia.
Precisely why it is my responsibility to safeguard the future of this world.
Same here. Luger, this world isn't out of danger yet, but you and Julius have given it the possibility of being saved. Now, we must do everything in our power to turn that possibility into reality.
Yeah, it's the only way to make his sacrifice worthwhile.
Luger.
Look at the bright side, kid. Now you can get out there and save Elle.
Alvin!
Yeah, that's basically what Julius said.
Claude, have a heart!
At times like this, you gotta keep walking forward. Nothing good will come from looking back, even if it's for a moment. Am I right?
I guess you have a point.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. Thanks. Because looking back,
don't carry
it
all
would be
the
hard
guilt
to
on your
keep moving
shoulders.
forward.
In the end, we were all accomplices in this.
Well, yeah, he wanted all of you to be.
You can cry if you want to. No need to be ashamed.
I'll cry when it's over, Muse.
If you tell him it's okay to cry, he'll just choke back the tears even more.
How do you know?
Because Jude was the same way when he was a kid.
Now why are you crying?
Because Julius...
I'm sure he gave his brother a pat on the back before departing. So Luger could step forward in life with courage in his heart. I know these things. I'm an elder sister, after all.
You see what I mean, though? Genuine contribution to the story. Genuine healing. Muse had so much to give, man. Why do they gotta use her as comic relief after all this bullshit? Why'd they have to make her such an awful person in Xillia 1 and then decide to throw her in as the joke in this one? Like, what the fuck?
We forced you to play a painful role.
I think Julius wouldn't have had it any other way.
Sorry. I wish we could have done something.
You
What
know,
did
other than
Julius say at the end?
None of us dying. Sorry, Mila. That's a family secret.
I see.
I don't blame you at all. Those words were for you alone.
Nevertheless, his final wish is obvious even to me.
Me too.
To think human bonds remain strong even across the gulf of death. Kronos, Origin, know this is why I fight. Why I put my faith in humanity.
Look!
Okay, looks like our soul bridge is forming. It's about time. I was gonna say, if that didn't work, holy shit, man. I'd have been livid.
Let's go. This bridge just might vanish like the old one did.
Yeah, Rideau's
Not
bridge is
this
already
time.
gone, but...
Julius is holding it up for us.
Thanks, bro.
Hey.
You go first.
After all, this bridge was built for none other than you.
Right. But you're all coming with me, because there ain't no way in hell I'm... Yes, that includes you too, Rollo. There ain't no way in hell we're getting through Kronos' traps without all of you here with me. And that's the end of chapter 15. We got these skills. We can use them for, you know, Chromatus stuff, because that's usually what happens when you unlock a new level of Chromatus. We unlocked the 3rd level of Chromatus, by the way, in the process of doing this. You know what we still didn't unlock, though?
Look at this crowd of people.
Don't let me get squished.
The door to Julius's room. We still didn't unlock the door to Julius's room. We never got his key. Yay! You can get it in this in-between section. But let's get through the in-between section first.
Is that Julius's pocket watch? You brought it back from his dimension?
Must be due to El's powers. You two must still be connected somehow.
But Julius's watch has stopped.
Yeah, that was my fault, actually.
That may be true, but it's hardly the whole story. If you hadn't been around, I bet that watch and Julius would have both stopped long ago.
You think so?
The weakest people are the ones without something to protect. But being willing to work himself to death for someone else, you gotta admire that.
I wouldn't admire it in any situation except this one, Alvin. He had a brother to protect, and as the oldest of 3 brothers... God, I hope we never end up in a situation like this, but I'd do the same.
Your brother did what most people couldn't do. And I'm sure you know the reason why.
Yeah.
Now let's make it worth it, Luger. So again, we got Yggdrasil for defeating Julius, but we also got his swords, the Castor twins. Bizarre, because, I mean, not really that bizarre, because they gave us the Spurious Elite in the last chapter, but this is what I meant by the things being a little weird in terms of the way that they do endgame weapons for Luger in this game. You get weapons... You get like 3 different swords, right? So there's like these ones which you get in chapter 14, there's these ones which you get in chapter 15, and then there's the other swords that you get for completing the bonus episode that you get once you beat all of the regular character episodes. And it's like, guys, that's all fine and good, but can I get like a hammer or some guns or something, please? Like, please? I'm suffering out here. I mean, I'm suffering anyway because of what the story's doing to me, but I'm also suffering without proper weapon balance here. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so, depressing stuff is over. There are more character episodes to be done. As you can see here, here's Muse's episode 4. And that guy's back. So again, again, depressing stuff is over. Now we're back to the in-between chapter stuff. This game is of two minds. There's the in-between chapter stuff where anything can happen, and the story stuff, which just gets progressively more depressing the further you go. But anyway, before we do anything else, we want to go to two separate places. We want to go to the apartment, because if we look at our mailbox here, there's actually a gift in our mailbox now. Now, you may remember me saying previously that Elle, Beasley, and Julius all gain affinity from certain things being talked about in certain conversations, even though it's invisible. It doesn't show you their character portrait. In our case, you can only ever get one reward from any of the three of them on any one playthrough. So, like, if you have the highest affinity with Elle, you'll get the reward from Elle, which, by the way, is another pair of swords. What the hell were they thinking? Beasley gives you a hammer. Julius gives you guns. We got Julius, which, in my opinion, is the best reward because I use the hammers elementally for status ailments, and I use the swords. They're just the strongest weapons Luger has, so... because he just gets so many of them in the endgame. So if we get the guns from Julius, I think that works out for the best. Anyway, let's read the letter he left for us, which is bittersweet and probably the most appropriate letter we could get considering, you know, the fact that he just died. Sorry, Luger, I wasn't able to send you something to congratulate you on landing your job. I don't think that this in any way makes up for it, but please accept it. I had a hand in its development. It's tailored specifically to you, but be careful when you use it. Sorry, I can't seem to help lecturing. Don't laugh, though. I am your older brother, after all. I hope these pistols will at least be of some use in helping you realize your ideals. Wishing you the best, Julius. And for having the highest affinity with Julius, we get the Spurious Model 4304. It increases character affinity in battle, which basically means that it increases the amount of character affinity you gain by linking with people in battle, but it also has other effects. I want to say it reduces TP consumption and increases your dexterity as well, and I think the other ones have similar effects where it reduces your TP consumption and it increases one of your other stats. Like the hammer, I think, does strength. The swords probably do agility. Not 100% sure, but look at that in terms of attack power. Like, that's better than pretty much everything we have at the moment. That's better than everything except for the swords we just got. So now you see why I wanted the guns. Because Caster Twins are actually worse than the guns. That's nuts. The guns are now our strongest weapon for Luger because of what we just did. So that's absurd. By the way, the Caster Twins are one pair of the illustrious set known as the Brothers. The other one are the Pollux Twins, which is the swords that you get from Elle if she has the highest affinity. I forget the name of the weapon that Beasley gives you, but it is a sledgehammer, and it's easily the strongest sledgehammer outside of the unsealed weapons, which are post-game only. So, but yeah, so we've got a little bit of everything here except for a hammer. We can go get another hammer from the shops in a minute, but we'll do that once we go to where we need to go, which is to Jeandu Coliseum, because that's where the new stuff unlocked. So let's go to the Coliseum and see where we end up. Wonder if people had to data mine to figure out how the weapons work. Most likely. Probably when the game first came out in Japan, people were like, hey, so I got this weapon from doing this. And then other people were like, wait, I got this weapon. So they probably had to like look in the game's code to say, hey, so some of those things that you're saying about the characters, like Julius or Elle or Beasley, those have an effect on the weapon that you get. So they probably had to like find a flag or something to figure it out. Again, for my 2 cents, I think the guns are the best reward out of that. It's why I've always been talking highly to Julius throughout the game. But, yeah, I mean, your mileage may vary. Maybe you don't like using the hammer for status ailments. You like using it for just straight damage, in which case, go nuts, grab a hammer. Alright, so, new things that we can make from Shandu Coliseum's unlocks here. These items that you can make here are some of the best ones that you'll have access to before the post-game. Once you get to the post-game, you can access some better stuff for purchase from Fenmont's second floor, because the shops in Fenmont on the second floor will unlock only in the post-game. So, there you go. I think there's only a couple of new weapons, and one of them is one I actually want, which is Amaterasu for Gaius there. He finally has access to all of his elemental weapons now, and this actually gives him more HP and another AC, which is kind of absurd. It's also ridiculously powerful, so yeah, we'll keep that in mind. There you go, Gaius. Do I want to equip it now? Not really. Not yet. I would rather he just have a normally elemented sword for now. Like just a slash element sword. Excuse me. Be honest, you missed that era of gaming. Having to talk to people to learn things instead of just data mining everything. Yeah, those are days that have gone by, unfortunately, but it was a nice time while it was there. Okay, and as for this other stuff, here are all of, or some of, rather, the best armor pieces available in the game. We've got our helmets, we've got our body armor. Now here's the problem. When I did this, I initially thought, oh, okay, cool. So you see the hero's coat below this one. The queen coat is from Mila, obviously. So I figured, okay, so the hero's coat was Rowan's ultimate armor that he could get in the first game. So now that's going to be available for Rowan and Luger, right? No. It's only available for Rowan. Luger cannot equip the hero's coat in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. I don't know why they did this, because that means that Luger either has to have a worse coat, like the bloody coat, which seems incredibly on the nose if you ask me there, guys, or we could make him another Diamond Guard, which would work pretty effectively for him. It increases vitality and gives him strength against light and strike. I'm going to be making a couple of those for Leia and for Jude anyway, but yeah, so it's there. I mean, I guess it's, you know, it depends on what you want. This one gives more defense than he has right now, but not as much as the Diamond Guard, and gives you strength against slash. I think I'd like to make a Diamond Guard for him, though. How many materials do I have for this? Oh, I've got enough. Okay. I think. Maybe. Yeah, I should have enough for one more, because I got 5 stained glass fragments. I need to get 2 more diamonds. Okay, so we just need to go to the shop. I think, actually, I can get them from the accessory shop here in order to do this. Let me just see. Yep. Buy that. And say goodbye to most of our money, because here it goes. Alright, so let's start this out. So first things first, we're going to want to get 3 dragon helms. One for Luger, one for Gaius, and one for Alvin. So let's get each of those. We won't equip them for now, I'll equip them afterwards. Okay, so there's that. The Doctor's Cap is actually the one that will use that intelligence ring that we had for Rowan a little while ago, so we'll grab that for Jude, because Jude's the only one that can equip it. I'll equip it because he's the only one that can equip it. Basically, I don't want these things to equip to the wrong person. That's why I'm going to equip them outside of it, so. Stained glass fragments. How do you reforge those? I couldn't tell you, but apparently the people in Tales of Xillia have figured it out, so. Now, you'll notice that the hero's hat was unhighlighted a minute ago, but now it's rehighlighted. The reason why is because Jude had an exile hat equipped, which he now no longer has equipped, and I can use that as a material to create the hero's hat, which can be used on a ton of people. It's why I'm really not sure why the hero's coat is Rowan only, but I'm going to make this for Rowan anyway, so. But it'll equip on Luger if I do it this way, so let's just get it and unequip it later. Jude isn't even... Oh, battlefield surgeons. Yeah, so he's more like a field medic based on his experience in the first game, so there you go. Okay, so we've got those. Next ones we need are the Angel Circlets. These ones are nice. They don't give any elemental resistances, unlike the Wind Crest, but it does reduce your casting time. So even though this restores TP at regular intervals, the extra defense and the reduced casting time is pretty nice. You do, however, need Wind Crests in order to make one, so let's make one Wind Crest. We've already got one because Mila's got it equipped. So we'll make a Wind Crest, then we'll make an Angel Circlet. And we will not equip it, but I'll exit out for now, and we'll go to Mila and we'll equip it real quick, because that'll give us another Wind Crest that we can then use as a material to make the next one. So then we can make another Angel Circlet, which is for Leia. This should equip on her, I think. Yeah, okay. It always equips from the on the leftmost character that can equip it first, and it goes left to right. So there you go. As for the rest of these, we've got Heavenly Ribbons, which reduce TP consumption, and we're going to give those to Elise and Muse. These needed Striped Ribbons, and then Charlton Butterflies, Secret Seeds, Spider Webs. Nothing too big on this one. Unlike their other piece of armor, we'll talk about that in a second. First, let's equip everybody's helmets. Alright, Dragon Helm a go-go. Dragon Helm a go-go. Rune Mail's still pretty good for you, though, all things considered. Yeah, I don't know. I might swap off of... And Murray, you weren't here when we did this, but we finished Leia's character episodes at the beginning of the stream, and you get a joke weapon for beating the character episodes. I was thinking I was going to equip them, but then I fought the Magma Dragons and realized they can't break through their Iron Stance because their attack power is too low. So maybe I won't actually use the joke weapons, and I'll just equip the ones that are available from the shops here. It's kind of problematic because Gaius doesn't get one from the shops here, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just use them anyway, what the hell, right? When in Rome. Excuse me. Okay, so you need a Heavenly Ribbons. Let's put that on you. Have your hero's hat. Jude's already got his doctor's hat, cap, Dragon Helm for you, and you get a Heavenly Ribbon. Okay, so that's everybody's helmets. Now for the body armor. So we got Diamond Guards. Again, I'm going to make these for Ludger, Jude, and Leia, and I should still have enough materials for everything else. Before I make the third one for Ludger, though, I'm going to make everybody else's armor. So let's make this first, and we won't equip it. We'll make 2 of them, because I know I'm going to need 2 of them at least. Then we'll make everything else, and then once we make everything else, if we still have enough materials for the Diamond Guard, cool, I'll make it for Ludger. If not, I'll go get the materials, and then I'll make the Diamond Guard for him. See, this is a bizarre one to me, because the Queen Coat increases resistance to stun by 50%, but it doesn't require a stun talisman or a stun bangle to make. The Hero's Coat does, however, require a stun talisman to make, but also doesn't increase resistance to stun. What? Anyway, whatever. Give her the Queen Coat. Give Rowan the Hero's Coat. The extra HP restoration for Rowan will be very nice, actually. So... Oh, and then I also made a second mistake when I was gathering up the materials, but I think we might be able to fix them here. And the mistake that I made was thinking, okay, so Ocean Blue will give us water resistance because it was made in the grace of Undine, right? No, it actually gives you fire resistance, which is the same as the Dragon Helmet. Deep Crimson, made under Ifrit's guidance, gives you water resistance. And I didn't think... Yeah, I was actually correct. We do not have enough materials in order to make 2 of these. I'd like 2 of them, so I'm going to need to get more fireproof cloth. I need 1 more in order to make this. So we'll get 1 for Gaius right now. Alvin will get 1 once I get another fireproof cloth, which... Where do I get that again? Hold on. Let me look real quick. It should be in my items list. If you go into your item data, you can actually check this stuff. You just go down to the item itself. It should still be in here because I've got them before. Fireproof cloth. Fire Spirit's Rage. I think I passed it, actually. I thought it was a treasure item, but I could be wrong about that. Prayer Penance. No. Ah, there it is. Fireproof cloth. Oh, okay. It doesn't tell me where I get it. It doesn't even tell me where I get it from Kitty Dispatch. Okay, thanks a lot, game. If I was a fireproof cloth, where would I... Ah, Jean Du gets me some. Okay. So I guess we'll send the cats off to get one of those. So Alvin will get his armor in a moment once I get enough fireproof cloth, if we get it after this, so... Why don't more games let you do that? You know, that would be really nice if games just had those item indices in there somewhere. Like, some games have them. In particular, an RPG that we'll be playing eventually, I don't know exactly when, has a really, really handy in-game bestiary that also behaves as its item index and everything else. We'll talk about it, because it's a really good part of it, but we're not there yet, so we'll get there, though. Alright, anyway, we got more custom orders to fill, so let's go fill more custom orders. Where was I? Ocean Blue and Deep Crimson. So we just need the 1 more fireproof cloth for that, so we'll wait on that. Now, Elise and Muse. So they get the Elemental Cloak, which reduces casting time. It's strong against 4 elements, and it's pretty powerful. Here's the problem. It requires dingy puffballs in order to make. Dingy puffballs are not available anywhere outside of the final dungeon. They are not available through kitty dispatch. Even when you do get the cat in the final dungeon, you cannot get dingy puffballs from the kitty dispatch in the final dungeon. The only way you can get dingy puffballs is through an 8% drop rate from the blue gathering points inside the final dungeon. And you need 4 of them in order to equip Elise and Muse with this item. So needless to say, I'm just going to buy their armor because they're not going to be in my party for anything except for their single final character episodes after this. Actually, Elise is going to be in the party for the bonus episode as well because Jude and Mila are required for that one. So the witch dress is kind of nice though for its resistance to all ailments, but I don't have all the stuff that you need for it. Although probably that stuff wouldn't be too hard to find. I'd have to find a cocktail dress. But probably I could get that in some place like Sherrilton or something. Can I buy spirit bangles? Now I'm interested because I might actually genuinely equip that on them. Those are rings. Those are gems. Is it here? No. Thief's Cape is available. Leggings. Spirit bangle is not available from the shop. So it's probably available in here somewhere. Let's see. Spirit bangle. What do you need? Gold dust, aquamarine, water spirits, tears, and empty spirit fossils. I can afford that, actually, I think. Because I need one more aquamarine, but I can buy that from the shop. The gold dust I've got plenty of. Water spirits, tears, and empty spirit fossils are not used in anything else. And Luger's... How much worse is this? Ooh, it's like 100 defense worse. Whatever, you know, they're not going to be used in the other fights anyway. Heavenly Ribbon doesn't give any resistances in terms of elemental stuff, so you know, yeah, I might actually do that. Okay, so we need to get 2 cocktail dresses and 1 aquamarine. Let me make Luger's thing first though, because we've got enough for that, and just make sure none of that is an overlap. It's not. Okay, good. Luger, here you go. Alright, so we've swapped him off of coats. I did a thing that I said I wasn't going to do, but it's fine. It will work out. Alright, now, can I make an aquamarine for less than what I would need for the other stuff? Let's see. Land crab, fossilized shell, spiderweb, mysterious liquid. Oh yeah, I'm just going to make it. That's fine. Alright, now we just need to find cocktail dresses from somewhere. Maybe in Jeondu itself we can do it. You can, by the way, you can purchase armor if you don't want to make the custom order armor, but it's almost universally worse than the armors that you'd get otherwise. So there are very few situations, if any, where I would recommend getting these instead of the custom order armor. Speaking of which, let's equip the ones that everybody has real quick first. You're done. Diamond guard for you. You've already got the queen coat. I need to get you a cocktail dress. You're done with the hero's coat. You don't have deep crimson yet. Diamond guard for you. And I need to get you a cocktail dress in order to do that. But yeah, so there's new armors available from here. You can't buy any of the old armors from here, but again, we might be able to buy them from inside of the actual town itself. And then here's some of the new weapons that are available for everybody. I'm not sure if I want to buy these yet. They are distinctly better than the joke weapons we'll get, but I kind of want to meme it up and just use the joke weapons instead of using these. Mostly just because these are very expensive, but also because Gaius doesn't get one. And he does get a joke weapon out of his final character episode. So even if that makes the final boss fight a little tougher, I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. It doesn't really matter too much to me. All right, let's go see if we can get a cocktail dress so I can make those witch cloaks. And then I think, other than Alvin's Deep Crimson, I think then we're done in terms of everybody's weapons. Well, weapons we'll get, obviously, but armors and stuff we'll have to work on after that. Now, Gaius does get a better weapon other than his joke weapon. Like, he'll get a stronger one. I have a problem with it, though. I have a bone to pick with Gaius's quote-unquote strongest weapon in this game. Which, by the way, we can only get by completing... I want to say it's Mila's character episode, actually, number 6. It's weird. You'd think you'd be able to get it after completing Gaius's character episodes, but that's not true. It's actually Mila's character episode that gets Gaius's ultimate weapon, quote-unquote. So, while I'm thinking about this, are there any new things to do here? Okay, nothing popped up at the top there. Okay, Jolene's Plea Part 8 and Part 9 are here, so I guess we can go work on these real quick while we're thinking about it. This one I could just do right now to get bedhead. Okay, here's the problem right here. So I think a lot of Luger's stuff is going to pop up here. The Walking Armor Luger skill tome there is actually Luger's version of Impregnable Guard. It's the tome that he needs in order to get Impregnable Guard, if I remember correctly. All you got to do is kill one regular old Bakura, which is over on the Lest High Road, but do you see the problem? Gold Seal. You have to be on the 3rd highest title in order to get Impregnable Guard for Luger. Sure, it forces you to say, okay, well, let's go, grind that out, but I'm not grinding that out. You can suck it, game. I will work without Impregnable Guard. Oh yeah, and then Luger's joke weapons. Here they are as well. So the cookware are his joke swords. It's a giant skillet and then a smaller skillet. You beat one Silver Bakura and you get it. The long shank is his hammer joke weapon. It's a giant pow hammer. And then the chopstick boomsticks. They are, I want to say, wooden guns. Beat one gold Bakura and you get it. So they're really funny meme weapons that you can use as joke weapons, but you need to be Gold Seal in order to even try against these. So, yeah, not cool, guys. Not cool at all. I guess this one will be pretty quick as well, so we'll go do Jolene's Plea in that one real quick. Do I need prototype boosters for those witch cloaks? I don't remember, because if I do need them, I want to say it's empty spirit fossils, not those. I guess I can go check. And then the rest of these are ones that we have had access to before, except for these ones. We can't do these. Oh, this is the quest. Okay, yeah, this is the quest where you need 30 rare metal in order to complete it, and it gets you the black mail. I don't remember what that does. It's probably armor, but I don't care because it's not something that I could care about because Gold Seal. So that's not going to work. Let me just go double check and make sure that we don't need prototype boosters for the witch cloaks, because I should, if they're up there, I should be able to make them.
This job is for a really rare item.
Excuse me. Yes, Elise. I know how to have the cats go find rare items.
Why not ask the cats to do it?
Okay, cocktail dress, silver cloak, midi blouse. I don't know where you'd buy a cocktail dress now that I think about it. Maybe Drellin? Well, let's go make sure the witch's cloak, or witch dress, excuse me. Cocktail dress, mushroom powder, spirit bangle, finest fur, and the spirit bangle does not require prototype boosters, does it? I went past it, I think. It's up here, yeah, there we go. No, it's empty spirit fossils. So let's make these right now real quick so that I have them. And then, all we need now are the 2 cocktail dresses, and then we can make those for Elise and Muse, so let's go find those. Like, where the hell do you get these, though? Hold on, let me, I actually really dig this section, though, if I'm honest, about trying to outfit everybody in armor that I think is the best. It kind of reminds me of the side quest sections at the end of Chrono Trigger, where you're going all over time and space and everything, trying to find out where everybody's ultimate weapons and armors are, like getting the prism stuff. I always found that part of the game to be particularly satisfying because you're upgrading and upgrading to a point where it's like, no, I am at the highest possible level of equipment I can have. So, I don't know. I always found that satisfying, and in a way, this kind of trips the same trigger for me. Alright, cocktail dress. Must be an early one because it's very inexpensive. Kajara, Sea Falls, and Niakara. Okay, so we can do it at Niakara. Got it. Alright, so let's go to Niakara to grab the 2 cocktail dresses that I need. Cat's back. See if they got fireproof cloth, because then we can make Alvin stuff right away. Nice job, cats. Oh, and they even got the weapon for Alvin as well, the scratching post. That's fun. Did I show the cat weapons yet, the ones that I got? I don't think I did. Well, let's show them off now. Here's Gaius's katana. That's just great. I'll put the Shirajima back on, thank you very much. We got a kitty pin for Muse. As far as I know, her pins aren't visible on her model, so that's unfortunate. I don't think we can see that, but that's what it looked like. And then we've got Alvin, who has, well, that. To be fair, Rolo would probably love that, but, you know. Alright, so we're off to Nia Khera. We'll go make this stuff. I'm surprised that Mila's next character episode isn't here, but that's okay. Alright. Anyway. Let's go make the last of our armors, and then after that I can go on a selling spree.
I could stand here all day.
Because we won't need any of our items ever again. All the stuff that we had sitting in my inventory for no reason will become fodder for the shops to give me more items. Alright, Deep Crimson. So the reason why I want Deep Crimson specifically, by the way, is because of the water resistance. The dragon helmet that we gave to Gaius and Alvin actually gives us fire resistance, so Ocean Blue would kind of just be redundant with it. It also gives TP back at regular intervals, which I find a little more valuable than the HP. If I need HP, I'll just heal it, but if we need TP, it's a little harder to come by, you know? So, alright, make Deep Crimson. Should equip on Alvin. Yep, there we go. And Witch Dress. And Witch Dress number 2. That is so much more inexpensive than the Elemental Cloak. What the hell? I mean, I guess it's a significant defense boost, but oh well, it's fine. Alright, let me just check everybody, make sure we're all good. The only thing I need now is I need to get a different hammer for Luger, but that's available in Triglyph right now, so we'll go get that in a minute. Gaius, honestly, I'd like to just give him a Matarasu because, like, first of all, it's a cool-looking weapon. Second of all, it's just the strongest weapon, in my opinion, that he can have in this game. So I might just give that to him and just go from there. Like, we don't need any of his other swords, and if I need the other ones, I'll just equip one on an element that the enemy... Like, if the enemy resists light, I'll just give him Tsukiyomi or something, you know? Like, that just works fine. I mean, it gives him less AC, but there you go. Or if I, you know, want to just get Skill Seal on the enemies, I could always put Mizuno Hame on him as well, because then that restores TP at regular intervals too, so I might just go with that. Now I just need to decide if I'm going to give everybody else different weapons besides these, and I think, honestly, I think I might just buy them the strongest weapons from Jeondu Coliseum, just because after the Magma Dragon fight showing me that I can't break Iron Stance even if the enemy's weak to it, it's kind of like, okay. Because that's the thing about Iron Stance in this game, is if your physical attack power isn't strong enough, even if you hit their weakness with Power Charge 3, you might not have enough power to break through it in one hit. So, in Leia's case, she didn't have enough to break through it with almost an entire Spiral Strike. So that could sour my plan with the joke weapons, unfortunately. I mean, it's not like I don't have enough money to just go buy a whole bunch of stuff, but, you know, it's just unfortunate Gaius doesn't get anything new. It would be nice for him. I suppose it's not necessary. But yeah, we're pretty much all good in terms of equipment other than the weapons I'm about to go buy. We're good in terms of armor, we're good in terms of accessories, so let's go buy that stuff, and then we'll be good. And also, what jobs do we have currently? We need to go to Katamar Heights before we end the episode, right? Oh, and the elite monsters, by the way, there's no new ones for you to defeat, so there you go. Yeah, okay, so we need to go to Fezabel Marsh and Katamar Heights in order to complete those, and then I think we're done with any of the jobs I would want to do, because all the rest of them are either Silver Seal... Oh yeah, and I don't need prototype boosters, so let's just do this one real quick to grab Wind Tunnel. Yeah, they're either Silver Seal, which I guess we might be able to do at some point here. It depends on how much we get for doing these. Oh, nothing at all, so yeah, we won't be able to do Silver Seal ones. Or they're ones that I just can't access at the moment, so... Alright, so we need to go back to Jeondu Coliseum. We'll buy everybody else's weapons. I have enough Iolite ore, by the way, to where this shouldn't be a problem at all. I think we still have like 20-something Iolite ore. And then, of course, any other items that we have are all...
we could put in requests for all the world's finest foods.
Fair game now for us to sell.
But then, I guess we'd have to offer a suitable reward for each one.
Because we won't need, you know, anything else in terms of armor. Let me just double check and make sure that's correct again. Because we got Deep Crimson for you, yep. And yeah, so armor and accessories wise, we're good. Weapons wise, we just need to get everybody better stuff. So I'm just going to do that now. Just to get it out of the way. What do I need to sell here? Anything in particular? I could sell that treat. It's just kind of taking up space. I'm not going to use it, so sell those. I don't think I'm going to need the Kitty Crisps or the Gummy Fishies ever again, now that I think about it. I think the only one I will need is Catnip, because I'll need it to get the 100th cat after we finally go to the Land of Canaan, which I'm going to wait to do until we complete all of the other character episodes, by the way. So that's what the next episode is going to be, is it's going to be us doing the final character episodes for everybody, because the bonus episode that you get for completing all of them, you actually can't unlock that until you actively go to the Land of Canaan and then leave. So you have to get the 99th cat. Like, you basically just walk in, get the 99th cat, and then leave. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So I'm also going to sell off most of my food, because I don't think we'll need anything other than that large fruit and cheese and any fruit yakisoba that we have for the remainder of the game. So yeah, we'll get rid of that. We don't need any of this stuff. The only things I need here are the obsidian sledge, which is not for sale. This. Get rid of all of these. We won't need these anymore. Earth, water, fire, wind, darken. He's got the light one equipped already. Get rid of the rest. But yeah, we're sitting on a decent chunk of money just from all of the weapons that we're carrying around and armors that we no longer need. So might as well use them for a little tidy profit, you know? Why not? And by the way, I needed 4 mithril plates in order to make ocean blue, because I needed 2 for each ocean blue, but that was before I realized that no, that actually does not give the resistance that I want it to give, so that's why we didn't end up using that. So, and yeah, I think the rest of this stuff I won't need either. Don't need the stun talisman. Don't particularly care for the symbols or emblems in this one. Fairy rings do us just fine. Spirit symbols are nerfed. These rings are not necessary. Revival ring can go. Don't need these anymore. Don't need these. Don't need these. I think I'll keep the Sephira just in case I need to use that for something, but yeah, don't need any of this other stuff. So off it goes. As for this stuff, well, we could sell the Iolite ore in order to get a little bit more money, so I'm going to sell a few more of those. Let's sell 4 of them. I think that should be enough money to buy everybody's weapons, but if not, I'll just sell a couple more. I'm going to not sell my materials, though, because the materials can be handed in for points and stuff in the post-game, so if I ever decide to do the post-game on my own time, it'd be worth it to just have that stuff for easy turn-ins. So. Alright, now here's my question. So we got rare gauntlets, which are... Okay, so there's your difference, right? Is these increase your critical hit rate. They have less attack power and are not strong against strike. Jude already has strength against strike from his diamond guard, though. So I think I might grab the rare gauntlets for him. They're a little less expensive and a little bit weaker, but it all works out pretty nicely anyway. So actually, these give a little bit more art defense anyway, so... Yeah, I guess it just depends on what you want, honestly, out of your weapons. So we've got increased agility, or just straight up stronger attack power in both departments. We get a decrease to our dex because the balance blade has that going for it, which is a little bit not so good. But we get an increase to agility, so I'll probably just grab that instead. We got the radiator and the ogre sword. I know which one I'd rather have because the ogre sword has a chance to stun enemies, so there we go. Wisteria and Lindworm Staff. Unfortunately, Elise doesn't get a fancy effect off of any of her weapons here, so that's not so good, but I guess I'll make it work anyway. What do we got? That's more for physical attack power, and that's more for magical art attack power. So, since I actually use her for physical attacks most of the time when I'm attacking in terms of her combos, it might be pertinent to get this, but honestly... Thinking about it, with Elise's character episode boss fight coming up, I might want to get Wisteria instead, because I can just use traditional spell spam in her character episode instead of using, or try to use traditional spell spam in her character episode instead of using her actual physical attacks. Like, because it's worked so well for Muse while she's got the goons going, maybe it'll work for Elise, Rowan, and I'll just put, like, the spell squad in the party. So Elise, Rowan, Muse, and Luger, and then just have Luger use Squall Shot. Like, roll my right analog stick. Have Luger use Squall Shot, Rowan use, like, I don't know, something else, Splash, or... I guess it'd have to be a different element, so I'd probably have him using Shimmering Toll. Muse can use Gravity Well, or not Gravity Well, because Elise is going to do the dark, but Muse can use a different element, and then Elise can use Negative Gate and just see if that works out, you know? So we'll see. Alright, we got the Steward's Sword, which increases crit rate, and then the Royal Rapier, which is just flat out stronger. It will decrease his HP, but I'll take the Steward's Sword. Thank you. Leia doesn't get a choice in the matter. She just gets Mile High, which is incredibly strong, but also doesn't have any extra additional effects on it. So, unfortunately, that whole thing about her getting shafted in the first game, there are still remnants of that in the second game, and this is it right here. Muse also doesn't get an effect on her Demon Ward, so I guess that's unfortunate as well, but hey, you know, what can you do, right? Alright, I just spent a ton of money, but now everybody should have all of their equipment set, except for Luger. We need to get him a different hammer other than the Silver Maul, and then we'll sell the Silver Maul because we don't need it anymore. Let me just check and make sure. Let's see, we're good there. We're good there. We're good there. We are good there. We're good there. We're good there. Good there. Good there. And good there. Okay, so just go grab Luger's hammer, and then we're all good to go. So let's head to Triglyph, and we will do that. And one of the characters has their final character episode here, actually, as well. So I think it's in Triglyph anyway. It might be in Marksburg. We'll find out in a second.
Is that a copy of the Gourmet's Guide to Olympias? I didn't realize you had such an interest in food.
I seek to further my understanding of Olympias by understanding its distinctive Mila, wipe away your drool.
Oh, never change, Mila. Never change. Yeah, here they are. Okay, so we've got Skull Crash, Brute Masher, Stinger, and Hero's Sword. So I guess if you don't want to buy the ones from Jiandu Coliseum for some reason, you could buy those. But you can't get a better hammer for Luger from Jiandu Coliseum. So I'd recommend buying Skull Crash. It's pretty strong. It's the strongest hammer you can get until the post-game if you did not get Beasley's gift. And it's pretty comparable to the other hammers that you can use. I think it's almost exactly the same as, Zeus Crusher Light has higher art attack because of its effect, but it's basically the strongest one you can get outside of that. So, there we go. And I think that's it. You know, all this other stuff is there, but I wouldn't recommend getting it because it's all worse than what we've got. Let's just do one last equipment check real quick. Let's see. That's everything for you. I know I've already done this twice. I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I think we are good. We're good. Okay. Anything else to sell? Just the Silver Maul. Oh yeah, and everybody else's weapons that they don't need anymore. And that one too. So we should have Gaius's weapons. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Obsidian Sledge, which is not going to show up on this menu because the Obsidian Sledge is not available for sale. Alright, so we are all equipped and ready to go. We are prepared for the final dungeon, but we have character episodes left to beat before we head over there. And let me just, before we go today, I'm going to go do these real quick because these will take no time at all, and they just get us a couple of little things. So off to Fezabel Marsh, and then off to Katamar Heights. And I don't think I'm even going to bother with food. It's not necessary. So, alright. We should be able to just go here from one of the Tundra entrances and find a Philindine very quickly. So that's my plan. I'm just going to see if I can re-roll something closer to the entrance. Really? No Philindines yet? What if I go over here? No? God damn it. Maybe there's one in this encounter link. It doesn't look like it, so out I go. Let's get out of here. Alright, I need you to come this way. There we go. Maybe I should be, like, fast traveling between spots instead of doing it this way. Ah, there they are. It just took an extra second to spawn all of them, their entire family.
Hungry hunter, crushing blow. This looks nice. Finish him. Well done.
Oh, okay, that was this guy.
Power is strength. Wait, that's the same thing.
Alright, so that's that one. all done. Being attacked. Help, I'm being attacked by things that are not worth my time. And Katamar Heights is our other place we need to go. So let's go there. We need a Western Wolf. So let's go find one of those, and then we can turn those in. Oh, look, there's a Western Wolf right away. See, why couldn't you have just done this, Fezzival Marsh? See how helpful Katamar Heights is being by just immediately giving me exactly what I want?
This is my duty.
Well performed. How uneventful.
It's just so weird seeing him with a sword like that, though. Like, I'm so used to the Xillia 1 sword, and I'm not used to... Usually when games have weapons that are flashy like that, I don't bother equipping them because they're not really up to my aesthetic tastes. It's just not really something that I care about, but in Gaius's case, honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. Granted, Tsukiyomi is technically speaking better for him because it's an element that he can't hit normally, but... You know, and actually thinking about it, Tsukiyomi's probably his best weapon because if you hit that and then you do Worm Wrath with Mila, you probably hit the most elements Gaius can hit out of any of them because then all he's missing is shot and no strike he can get from Hydra Strike. So, excuse me. All right. Anyway, that takes care of these two. Grab our rewards for nothing, meaningless stuff that we don't actually need. And then there's all these that we still don't have access to, unfortunately, but that's okay. I guess I could do that Wild Gold Dust one. Why am I pushing this towards... I mean, it's worth 7,000 points. That's significantly more than I thought it would be worth, actually. And I also don't need the Whirling Seashell either, so... Okay, hang on. We'll get the Silver Seal because these two are available for me to do it, so hold up. Okay, we're Silver Seal now. So now we can actually go do these real quick before we finish this all out. Here you go. Have a model windmill. Oh, Duality's actually a cloak. I wonder what that does. Maybe Luger can equip that? That's interesting. Oh yeah, I gotta take this one. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. So I guess we're going back to the Zagat Flood Meadow one last time. Alright, how much worse than the Diamond Guard is this Duality coat? A decent margin, but that's probably because it was supposed to be given to you way earlier in the game. I kind of wish I had a reason to equip it, but I don't. So I'll just keep the Diamond Guard. It's fine now. Alright, and then off to Zagat Flood Meadow to do this one last little bit. We just gotta find a gentleman out here. And then we can... Oh, good! See, this is what I'm talking about. Again, Fezzival Marsh, why you gotta be like that? Look at how cooperative Zagat Flood Meadow and Katamar Heights were. Like, what the hell? Oh, my lord.
Is that all?
These guys are no match at this point. Actually, this works out pretty nicely, though, because we are right next to a free healing point in the form of Nia Kara's Inn. So let's go turn this in. I'm going to see if I can sell Duality. It's given to you from a job, so I'm thinking probably not, but just in case. We'll report this in. A Mirage Cloak. Again, I don't know if that's going to be better. Probably not than the Witch Dress. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's way worse. No, not way worse, but... It's very similar, though, in terms of its effect. It also increases resistance to confusion. So this is like the Witch Dress Light, basically. So there you go, if you need it. You can have it pretty early if you bothered to do a whole bunch of side questy stuff. I did not, as you can plainly see. Alright, just do a little bit more inventory management. I might actually want to buy small and medium fruit and cheese for the, some of the side stuff that we're going to do. Oh, we can sell these. Good, now I can get them out of my inventory. Oh, by the way, the Sephira stacks with the lottery skill that the Luger and Leia have, so you'll get 1.5 times as much gold guaranteed, and then if their lottery skills proc, you can get double gold from both of them. So, like, what the game will do is it'll give you the Sephira bonus, then it'll check if Luger's lottery procs, and then it'll check if Leia's lottery procs. And if all three proc in a single battle, that's like 4.5 times as much gold if those are additive. So, Or 3.5 times, excuse me. Because this is 50% more. Luger's lottery is 100% more, and Leia's lottery is 100% more, so... You can get a pretty decent chunk of money by doing that. But then again, you can also get a pretty decent chunk of money by just selling all of your crap that you don't need in your inventory anymore. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, let's go rest up. I'll go back to Drellin because it's our favorite place. We'll buy the fruit and cheese small and medium. We'll just use those to get through the character episodes. And then we will go from there. However, before we go to the character episodes, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this so that way nobody has expectations when we come in next week, because on next week's streams, I am actually going to be doing our Halloween special, which is going to be Infamous Festival of Blood. It will be the first time I will be ever playing it, even though I'm a big fan of Infamous 2 specifically, and I'm a pretty decent fan of Infamous 1. I'm a fan of the series. I've never played Festival of Blood ever in my life, so it'll be the first time I'll play it. I think it'll be a fun time. We'll make it all work pretty good. And once we are done with that one, from what I understand, it's a shorter game. It'll probably only take 2 or 3 streams to beat, which means I might be switching the playlist for Infamous 1 and 2. I might put that all in one playlist as the duology plus Festival of Blood on my YouTube channel. But that's like logistical stuff. I'll figure that part out myself. But basically, we're going to play that for the next couple of streams until we beat it. And then once we are done beating it, we will come back to Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition, and we'll finish this game up. We've got character episodes left to beat for everyone except Leia. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the bonus episode, bonus character episode is 8. And then we go to Kanan after beating the 7 regular character episodes to finish them all out. Then once we're done in Kanan, we come out of Kanan after grabbing the cat. We get the 100th cat through Kitty Dispatch. We can go find the kitty treasures after that. We'll talk about those when we get there. The cats have hidden treasures all over the world, as it turns out. There are a couple of new jobs that have become available, and the bonus character episode becomes available after that. Once we're done with all of those things, then we can finally beat this game. So even though it's the 11th hour, it turns out Julius will hold the bridge up for us for as long as we need it, and I'm so glad he's willing to do that, because it's probably going to be a couple more episodes before we're ready for the finale of this game. In any case, that'll do it for today's episode of Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I will see all of you on the next one, which will be Infamous Festival of Blood. It'll probably be next week on Halloween. It'll probably be next week Tuesday when I play it at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Times, and then I'll probably play it Tuesday and Wednesday and see if we can get it done in those 2 streams. If not, we'll beat it at the end of the week. Either way, I will post up the schedule for next week on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord once I'm done editing this episode's description. So until Tuesday, everybody, take care, and have a good one, and we'll see you with a new game, a different game. Normally, I don't like to do this, but it's Halloween. I kind of gotta, you know what I mean? But then we'll come back and we'll beat this game. And hopefully the ending won't be as depressing as the 15th chapter was today. I'm not holding my breath, though. I know this game too well.